All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Hona Hangout. It's been way too fucking long. It's literally been 6 months. I think the last time we did this, it was like 6 months ago. I don't even think I was in school. I was in school, but it was like over the summer, so it's been a minute. I have 5 of the homies with me. We hope you guys enjoy the episode. But with me today, I have J Pro, Stainless,
Hello.
Casey. Casey's new, actually. Casey, introduce yourself. Who are you?
Hi, my name's Casey.
Fucking Canadian.
I'm part of the CCL. I do league operations as admin, and I'm also the head coach of the York University Call of Duty team.
Oh, we can't have that, bro. That's insider, bro.
We got big boy Ricky,
Hello.
and we got the handsome devil Jack himself.
Damn. Appreciate the guy. He gives everybody compliments, but he only gives Jack compliments, and the rest of us sit here.
All right, so we're gonna start off. So like I said, you guys haven't heard from us in a pretty long time. It's been at least 6 months.
Been a hot minute.
In a real big minute. So
Me and Jack lost a land.
we can start with.
I'm not talking about that. If you want to bring that up, then I will just go in on.
All right. We're gonna go ahead and start with J Pro. You can catch us up on what you've been doing since the people last heard
Boy,
from
he's
you.
gonna outshine us all, bro.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Leave him for last. Leave him for last.
I mean, I can't talk about the one thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
This
Yeah.
isn't live, is it?
Nah, but it's gonna go live. I'm gonna
Search,
I'll
why are
hold
you
off
streaming this?
until I make like an
A formal?
official announcement regarding it.
Hmm.
That's fair.
Disrespectful.
Shut up, Ricky.
But other than that, just going through the ins and outs of being a college student, just taking my classes and moving on with my life. Playing unholy amounts of video games when I probably should be doing other things in my life, but that's really it. And then some CCO work on the side.
How'd your classes go?
So
That ain't good.
so it should shake out where I get 4 A's and a B this semester.
Well, a B from John Prosper.
Yeah, I know, dude.
Confident, bro.
I'm actually very disappointed in myself. I got a B. And it was mostly
Dude,
because
I'm
like, I
pissed.
thought it was gonna be a sleeper class, and then I realized like after the second exam it wasn't a sleeper class, and I was like kind of far behind, and I was trying to play catch up, and that didn't work out. So
I think that's a big problem. Is like when you have to play catch up because like you realize you're capable of doing it.
I'm aware.
Yeah. I think that happens with a lot of people because like you'll be like chilling at the beginning of the semester because I guess like you feel like the work has no weight, and then like by the time you end up realizing, oh shit, like this actually matters, it's like too late and you're like trying to bring your grade back up. At least that happens with me. Like I'll always like slack off at the beginning, and then towards the end I gotta stress myself out to play catch up with due
I
dates and
agree.
stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like you look at like for example, I have like three main things I have to hand in. One thing's worth 40%, the other one's worth 20, other one's worth 40. And then you're like, oh shit, this 40% at the end of the year, I now have to get a 60 on this final before
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
fail. Yeah.
What about you, Nick? What have you been up to?
We've done a complete overhaul of the COD team. I'm the only one coming back from last season, so I've just been like finding everybody, getting everybody situated with that.
Wait, I thought Connor was on your team last year.
No, Connor wasn't on the team last year.
Oh,
Connor
okay.
was like there at the end of Black Ops 4.
Yeah, I found Connor at the end of Black Ops 4.
Okay,
So
yeah.
we started practicing today. Other than that, same old stuff. Just hanging out with the girlfriend, trying to pass
Sick
classes.
flex.
Yeah, he
Alright.
flexed on us like that. That's crazy.
Nah,
Trying
nah.
to give her a heartbreak over here.
Started playing some CS finally.
Ooh.
Getting carried by young Casey.
young.
What they do?
Other than that, just same old stuff, really.
What about you, Casey?
Me?
Dropping shit. What the fuck? What are you doing, dog?
Oh no, I got cable.
He's
TV.
looking for the bridge to durability, bro.
Honestly, I think my life's been just me doing the school thing. I work every day of the week whenever I can.
Wait, where do you work at, and what do you do?
I work at Union Creative, and I'm strategic creative.
That makes so
and-
much sense.
Yeah, I don't know what.
You gotta explain yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, if his strategic vision's anything like his CS vision,
And I think what I usually do is like focus on how to. You focus on like what a company wants and like how to like plan out their trajectory and how you want to deliver their advertisement.
Mhm.
Oh, so it's marketing.
Oh, it's marketing.
Yeah, it's a marketing job.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
It's a advertising agency.
Do you like it?
Oh, I love it. I just wish that I had more creative input, and
Yeah.
I think that's everyone in like marketing and advertising is that
Yeah.
you kind of have this vision, and then you're like,
Mhm.
do you really want to do it? And then you start to like lose motivation, and then you're not sure if you want to continue. But
Yeah. Well, what
and
about you?
also-
Oh, no, keep going. My
I was
bad.
gonna go on about like the York University called.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it
Because
was
y'all
really
y'all
cool,
didn't compete
like,
last year, right?
we didn't compete last year. It was from the ground up. Me and this guy named Mo. Me and him have been working together trying to create a team and do the advertising and get people interested. And it's a lot of work, but it was kind of nice to have like people like John, Nick, Toonie. It was really nice to have all you guys like bounce ideas off of on how to like recruit people and where I should be searching for them and what exactly I should look for in players. I also had Ricky and Jack here in the call. They were also willing to like do tryouts with me, and it was really nice to like
Oh, that was
that whole process.
I wouldn't call that tryouts, bro. But...
Oh yeah, I mean, again, it's a learning experience for me too, and I think
Yeah,
that was
no,
kind
it
of
was-
fun.
So you have your starting five now.
I have 7 guys, and I do have a 5-man team.
Okay,
It's nice
Big
to have 2
stuff.
subs.
glad to hear it. Are y'all signed up yet?
Yeah, we did the York University like the school itself signed up, but we just
Mhm.
have to get the players enrolled.
But, all right, Ricky, you're the anomaly because you're not in college. So give us your life update.
Hey, actually, so I'm now enrolled in college. So.
Ooh,
Wait, deadass?
wait, really?
Hey,
Where-
Wait, whoa,
Where you
what
going?
is this? Is an announcement for everybody. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Business management. Just taking some
Ooh.
online classes at fucking DeVry. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Gonna be head of a hotel in no time, my guy.
Proud of you, dog.
Yeah,
What made you-
steps in that.
What made you decide that you wanted to go ahead and start going to school?
I'm just not trying to do this bullshit work forever, bro.
That makes a lot of sense.
Shit. Other than that, started a job at Amazon. I worked in the fulfillment center. Was there for 2 months. Quit that bitch. 'Cause that shit sucks.
Wait, so what sucked about it? What did you like about the job?
It was just tedious. Bro. Like, you have to save shit the whole time for 10 hours a day. Lift the
Mhm.
box, set it down. Lift the box, set it down. Like for 10 hours.
10
bro.
hours.
Nah,
That's
That
right.
doesn't sound good at all. Did you like your coworkers at least?
Some of them were alright, bro. But other ones, like, you could just tell they hated their lives.
Yeah. I would hate my life too if I was doing that, dog.
What kind of
Yeah,
people did you
sir.
see there though? Like what kind of
People.
Yeah, yeah.
People
I mean,
from
like,
all backgrounds, bro.
That's true. It is Amazon.
It's Amazon
Yeah,
in
it's
the United
Amazon.
States. Like, yeah.
But I mean, is it people who you'd consider like uneducated, or is it like people that just need a job?
People that needed a job, bro. Just everyone, bro. A lot of them are still going to college and shit, trying to.
But-
find
Oh
out
shit,
what
so it's
they're
younger
down for
kids.
that.
Okay.
But I know you said you were making like pretty good money though, right?
Oh, bro, I was making like $24 an hour.
Dang.
You just threw that away.
Dude, the way they have it set up, so
Dude,
they have
oh my-
voluntary extra time, bro.
I guess I gotta think of it as like, okay, you live in Washington, so like your standard of living is a little higher, so of course you're
Yeah,
gonna
but
pay a little
minimum
more.
wage is Still
I mean,
$12.
Yeah, but
What you mean
you're
still?
also-
It's $7 here,
Yeah,
dog.
It's $7 here,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, but still, like I'm still making double minimum wage.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. What about you,
They have,
Jack?
like, oh, okay.
Yeah, screw you.
My bad. You got silence. I thought you were done.
Well,
Not gonna talk about your trips or anything.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
You're a
yeah.
world traveler, bro.
Yes, sir, so-
Utah.
Most of you guys listening probably know the boy Young Stanselford. Not his name, but decided to drive down to his house randomly on a whim.
How far of a drive is that?
800 miles.
Ricky hit bucket after that job, bro.
I decide to go on a whimsical drive 800 miles.
800 miles, dog.
Must be nice to have a car,
Rick,
bro.
how long did it take you to get there? How many hours?
Too many. You don't want to know.
Tell me.
I can't legally say.
I can do the math.
What does that mean?
Bitch,
What is
I
that?
can't Google.
All right, listen. It's an 800-mile drive. It took me 9.5 hours.
Oh yeah, that's what he meant.
That's what I meant.
Good
Going,
lord.
like-
Well, I mean,
Congratulations, sir.
after the Cali trip, I'm not even surprised, dog. Driving with Ricky was the worst experience of my life.
Bro, we got
Like,
we got
it
Tokyo
was-
Drift
yes,
both drivers
it
in
was-
here, bro.
It was literally terrible.
Hey,
It's a vibe, bro.
Casey almost killed me.
that was one. It was one.
This dude Ricky,
Me, Toonie, and Adam almost died the day before our match.
dude,
Y'all would have been playing with Ricky and Shaq.
Ricky literally is the worst driver I've ever seen in my life, and it's not even close, dog. Yes, you are. You are literally you are the.
Listen, Ricky. As soon as we got off the plane in Anaheim and we met up with the group, and I got in your car,
I was away for 36 hours,
I
bro.
don't care. It was you, me, Serge, and Justin, I think.
John, I was falling asleep at the wheel, bro.
Then let one of us drive.
True,
I
that's
did.
true.
I literally asked Adam to drive. This guy said,
Oh.
"No, bro." I don't want to."
Because it was a manual transmission, though,
Oh
right?
yeah, it was manual. Yeah.
I
Mhm.
guess the more glaring issue with that drive was it took us like 3 hours to go like 30
Yeah.
miles.
Yeah, it was
Bro,
rough.
I was chilling. There was no traffic where I was at.
To this day, bro, I don't know how the Uber beat us to the house, bro.
Bro, I don't know. That Uber was doing
Bro, were any of us in
400.
Uber, bro?
Huh?
Were any of us in that Uber?
No.
I don't think I was.
Nah, I was in Shanghai.
Must have flexing on us like that. Yeah.
Jack was not in California, bro. He wasn't even in the country.
Yeah, Jack was in China.
Have you been on the show since you went to China?
Nah, it was before last. It was
Oh,
like
okay.
early
We'll get to
spring.
that, bro.
Am I
Yeah.
talking about that? Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, so after I left Stanton's house, I drove to LA, another 800 miles.
What'd you do in LA, Rick?
I met up with one of my high school friends, bro. We just hung out for a day and a half, and then I drove back home.
So how many
1100 miles.
So how many miles round trip? So 800, 1600, 2700 miles you did?
About that, yeah.
So okay, let me ask you this: how much money did you spend on gas and food during this duration?
Too much.
Wait, can I guess? Can I
honestly,
guess before you say it?
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
let's go.
Let me get.
I'm gonna check my bank account.
I'm gonna say 1400.
Oh my god, the sun.
1400.
bro.
Good God, that just hurt my soul.
Alright,
Listen, bro.
That just hurt my
it's
soul.
It's more than 1400.
That's
I'm
true.
calling
Ricky
you-
probably burned the fuck out of
Wait,
that.
how
gas.
much is gas in Cali? How
A
much is
lot,
gas?
dude.
Like
It-
$5.
Dude, it was, dude.
480.
470, bro. Like 470.
Okay, I'm calling
Very expensive.
1750.
Wait, that's high.
I'm gonna go 1200.
Yeah, if we're talking
I said
total, yeah, Case
1400.
is about right.
I'm gonna say 1K in gas and food. I'm gonna say 1K.
He just said it. Sorry.
1700 was about right.
Oh, like in
Yeah.
total.
That's just, yeah, that's total. Like the whole.
Jesus, dude.
That's a lot.
You might as well went out the country. Man, paid that much to stay in the United States. Yeah.
I don't know about y'all, but if
I
I
only
had,
spent $393.65 in gas.
Only.
Only $400 in gas in like a week.
That's a whole ass
2700
ticket.
miles.
if I had $1,700 just to throw away for trips, I guess
I think
Dude,
I
I
spent
would
40
not
bucks
go to
driving to
Utah,
Columbus
bro.
and back.
I'll tell you that right now.
I spent $40 in gas going to Columbus and back, bro.
Dude, I literally it takes like 35 to fill up my tank, and I want to cry every time I fill my tank up. And this dude's talking
Mine's
about
like
like
20.
Wait,
$300.
35?
Yes, dog. He says
Wait.
$35.
Listen,
I pay
it cost
60.
me- in California, it cost me $65 to fill up my tank.
Oh,
bro.
yeah, it's a
I
can.
was mind-boggled,
Wait,
bro.
how-
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude.
but also the Canada dollar is worth less than the U.S.
Yeah,
dollar.
I pay about $60 for gas.
For in U.S.
This
or
shit's in liters,
Canadian?
bro.
Canadian, $60.
Oh, okay.
So
that's
so what would that be here?
That's about 45.
45, yeah.
And that's
Dude,
for a
that's
big-
still too
that's for a
much.
big-
That's
a big
too
difference.
much.
I could fill up my tank here in Washington for like 35, $40 bucks.
Oh,
Okay, that's
God.
about realistic. Yeah, that's
Turn
about
that Siri off.
Appreciate
Now,
that, Siri.
Siri.
My bad.
Now is
Wait.
not the time.
Wait, why do you have
Sorry.
Siri? I have Google. Like, is
No,
everyone
bro,
okay?
you're not supposed to have that in your home. Oh my
I have
god.
like
The
I have 4 of
government.
these.
Casey, Casey is the ops.
Jack,
Casey's the ops.
Wait, now he's in Canada, he's
I'm
good.
in Canada. We got good
You guys
privacy
are all
laws.
just idiots. I don't know what to say.
Wait, yo, Nick. Let me see if you remember these. Nick, do you remember these?
Of course.
I have one.
Wait,
That's
I,
the
the
old head
Astro
for the
one.
Xbox One.
have y'all
I-
seen
I-
that?
I-
Wait. Have y'all seen that Twitter video of the little girl that had the Google thing in her room and somebody like hacked it and was like talking to her like the 8-year-old girl?
Oh, that's
That's
creepy.
what I'm telling you, bro. Like,
Can I give you guys? Hold on, I gotta give you guys some backstory on this.
Here we go.
As an IT person, it
Okay.
wasn't actually hacked. The person, like the mother that set it up, used like a really insecure password that
Mm.
had already been pwned. So they literally just tried a bunch of pwn.
Yeah, have you
hold
not
on. Here's the thing, John. That's called a brute force hack. That's still a hack.
I mean,
That's still a
Yeah.
hack.
it's
that's
it's like the cheapest.
It's a
form of
brute.
hack.
Right,
Sure,
but that's still a hack.
sure.
I am
sure.
confused.
Basically, Nick, what happens is like when data breaches happen and like passwords get out there, people just like have these lists of
What's
passwords.
that thing?
have been
It's
out
like
there
called a
forever.
rainbow. What is it called? A rainbow?
I don't know.
It's like a rainbow float, a rainbow cloud or something like that. That's brute force hacking.
Yeah, sure. It is a brute force, but it's
Yes.
just like the issue wasn't like
The
they
technology
hacked-
itself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was just like
Yeah, it's not the
bad,
tech.
bad
Mhm.
cybersecurity hygiene.
I mean,
I wanna hear about
majority of
that story.
cybersecurity hacks are done.
We gotta hear
By
about
the
Jack's
user,
nicotine
so-
addiction.
Wait,
Yeah.
chill.
Oh
Come here.
God, hell no,
Bro,
dog.
that was back in. All right, so we're gonna start this back in.
My guy came back smoking.
We're
a
gonna.
blunt today,
No,
bro.
that's not true, bro. Just let
No,
me.
Jack got in the car in Columbus. He looks over at
Stop.
Zach and
Okay,
goes,
bro,
"Is that
yeah,
a
just
jewel?"
take over the story.
He goes,
Take over.
"Is that a jewel?" He's like,
Screw me,
"Yeah,
bro.
let me hit."
I'm getting slandered out here without even letting me say it.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, so let's track back to May of 2019, right?
Mhm.
I'm
Alright.
hopping on a plane to Shanghai for an
Okay.
internship. I get there, and I walk into my my work the first day. It's a marketing and research job for I work for Tesla and Caterpillar and stuff like that, doing research for them in China. And basically my boss is the first day. He's like, you want to come smoke a cig with me? And in Chinese culture, you don't say no to your boss, you know.
Mhm.
So I'm like, say less, and I went out and smoked a cig with him, and then after that. It was downhill. Me and the boys I was with, every time we went out, we had we chain ripped a pack of cigs like at the bars and stuff, because we had a lot of free drinks. We were good advertisements for their bars and clubs and stuff. Um, so yeah, and it was also super cheap. There, it was like $2 a pack.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
Well, it's part of their culture, right? So I
right.
assume
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
super
And then, aside from that, my Chinese experience was amazing. The food was incredible. The places were incredible. The people were so nice, dude. They wanted to take pictures of me because I was ginger, and I was
Wait,
I'll
would
go
they
for it.
stop you in the middle of the road?
Oh
and-
yeah, no, it was in the middle of rush hour, right? I was going down to the metro, and this mom, and she's holding her baby, and she comes up to me, and I thought she wanted me to take a picture of her and her baby, but then she hands me her baby, and she wanted me to take a picture of her.
Oh my God, dog.
So that happened. It was like middle of rush hour. I was getting
Hey, bro,
bumped around.
Imagine that child grows up and like 13 years later. Who's this strange American kid?
Who's this redhead kid?
Yeah, so that happened. But yeah, no, I had a great time there. Came home. I thought I got rid of my nicotine addiction because I couldn't afford it here, you know. So I
Mhm.
stopped that for a bit, and then school started. Been grinding school. I'm taking 21 credit hours, which is not healthy. Do not recommend.
Christ.
Hell no, dog.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I have no clue what that means.
21 credit. That is 7 classes. Yeah,
7 classes?
7 classes.
Okay.
Like 7 full-time classes that are like hard as fuck.
full-time classes. Yeah, they're all for it because I'm doing a double major, so they're all towards my
Okay,
majors.
that makes
mhm.
sense.
Yeah.
And then aside from school, started the COD team again. It's not looking good. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it's
But yeah,
also
I played
early,
for,
so
We ain't
got,
gonna talk
like-
about those scrims, bro.
We got like 7 guys, and like
Well,
none
who's
of them
coming
have
back?
none of them have Vic, Slick Vic and Sir Aaron.
Mm.
Oh, I thought Hensley was coming back.
No, nope. None of the Slash and Knives and Hensley are not. Slash and Knives is going to be in South Korea for studying abroad,
Mm.
and
Bro, Slash and Knives was kind of
Oh,
nasty.
that
You're not gonna
sounds-
lie about
that
it.
sounds amazing.
Hensley just doesn't want to play, and I
Yeah.
understand that. If I wasn't the captain, vice president, I
You
wouldn't be
wouldn't play.
playing either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, that's going like that, and then we got a new facility coming along for esports.
Oh, yeah,
There's
I
like a
think I
temp-
saw that tweet. Didn't y'all tweet that
Yeah,
out?
no.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's a like temporary facility where they're just putting like 7 PCs and a few PS4s in there while they build it's like a multi-million-dollar facility, and
That's
there's gonna be
insane.
like a stage and
Your temporary facility is better than our actual facility.
At least you have a fucking facility. How about that?
yeah,
Wait,
no,
it's not
but
open yet. It's a closet.
they say it'll be ready by next fall, but I'm assuming it's not gonna be ready till after I graduate, because that's how higher
Ain't
education.
that some shit?
Yeah.
how
But
it
yeah,
goes for all
that's
of
a
us.
brief catch up on what I've been doing.
So with
Research?
Oh wait, I also got my heart broken. Had to throw that in there. All right, I'm good.
Oh, God.
What's the next topic, bro?
Was it really
Yeah,
heartbroken though?
What?
Was
Wait,
it
were
really-
you not here, Casey? Jack
Yeah.
was going through it, bro.
he was going through it, dog, for a while.
I joined the call.
But he's
Jack.
still going through it.
I
Man.
haven't. It's a struggle,
Oh.
dog.
You,
don't
you
worry
can
about
tell,
it.
dog. This man would join Discord calls and be like, "What's up, guys?" And be so there saying, "You guys want to play golf?"
This dude was asking for golf every night, bro.
Friends was my escape.
And he would be blasted every time, dog. That's what would make me mad. That's what made me mad. He would be blasted every single time.
Bro, he's always on top of the scoreboard.
Yeah.
He's always on top of the
Bro,
scoreboard.
Yeah,
because
actually,
I honors
golf team.
geometry. I'm just
Yeah,
better. I don't. Yeah. Speaking of, you guys want to play golf after this?
I'm actually down.
All
Wait,
right,
no, I
cool.
think I'm live streaming with Toonie.
I don't know.
We're
You're
gonna
playing
go
golf
do-
now.
Now you're
Toonie's
live
playing
streaming
golf
with me
too,
and Toonie.
Yeah.
We're doing the Halo. We're doing the Halo.
Oh, that's cool. After golf, you are.
Real friends.
bro, just
How many
human,
of
man.
us?
But no, I joined the single train most recently, but
He dubbed out a bitch.
Yes, sir.
Rest in peace.
Can
Can we get a
Oh man, but I've just really been focusing on school, and like with the esports stuff, of course. I've sort of really slacked off on like my content creation, which I'm kind of disappointed in myself with. But it's like ever since I took up this role with like the esports org, like just really trying to make sure that all of our teams are the best they can be is really taking up a lot of my time. Like I've become more knowledgeable in just about every esport except League of Legends. I usually have to have somebody
Right.
sit in with me for that. But like CS:GO, Rocket League, I've been able to sit in on scrims and stuff, really help out a lot. We won the esports egg bowl, which is like one of the fucking highlights of my life. Like it felt so good.
Can we get a picture on the screen? Whoever
Editor.
You can't be making work for an editor, bro. That's mean.
Sorry to the people listening. But
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we
shout out audio listeners.
yeah, we love you all. Oh God, Jesus Lord. Edit it up. That's gotta go.
Gotta edit that out.
But we won that, and we went to DreamHack Atlanta. That was super fun. I went to Astroworld Festival again. So that was super fun. So I have vlogs for both of those.
You gotta
coming
tell the
soon.
Jack Harlow story. I want to hear this.
Oh my
yeah,
God!
please.
So I went to go see Jack Harlow. Those of you who don't know, listeners or viewers, he's a rapper from Louisville, Kentucky. That I've been waiting to see for like about a year now. My Twitch chat actually put me onto him, and I started
Casey
listening to
behind
him. And
Anyhow.
For our audio listeners that can't see, Casey's mom just popped in the back.
Now you got pulled up on
man.
YouTube, bro.
Oh man.
But yeah, anyways, I went to well, I went all the way to Nashville to see him, which for me is like a 3 hour drive. Went all the way there. And in Houston, when we went to Astroworld Festival, I actually lost my driver's license. I left it. I think I left it at Airbnb. I could be wrong. But apparently the Jack Harlow concert was a 18 and older. It was 18 and older show for some reason. And so we got to them. I didn't think about it at all. And then we got in line and we were waiting to give them our tickets. And my girlfriend at the time, she goes, "Yo, are they checking IDs?" And I was like, "Please tell me, do not tell me that they're checking IDs, dog." And I ended up having to go, and I told the guy, I was like, "Look, dog, I gave him my student ID, and I gave him a credit card with my name on it, showed him an article on my phone that was written about me saying I was a senior." And I was like, "Dude, like, come on now." Like, I'll like, and he was checking to basically see if you were 21 or 18. And if you were 18, he would give you a stamp on your hand. And I was like, "Dog, okay, if I'm in college and like you see like the article saying I'm a senior, like obviously you at least know that I'm a 18 years old." Yeah,
You
so I
wouldn't
was
just give like the 18 stamp and just let you in.
right. That's what I was like, "Dude, you at least know I'm 18. Please just like let me in. Like I came here 3 hours away to fucking see this dude. Like, come on now." And he was like, "There's nothing I can do. Sorry." I was like, "Okay, whatever." And so we were standing outside, and some told me, I was like, "You know what? Maybe I should tweet about this." And so I tweeted it, and I tagged Jack Harlow in the tweet, and he ended up responding. He was like, "Yo, send me your name and your age or something like that." And I was like, "Dude, what?" I was like, "What the fuck?" And like I literally had to like wipe my eyes. I was like, "Wait, what the fuck, dude?" And he ended up responding, and but long story short, he didn't end up getting me in. Which it was understandable. Like the fact that he took time out to respond anyway was like dope to me. But he tried his best, but I think security wasn't really budging because he would have gotten in trouble for it. If something did happen. Yeah, shout out Jack Harlow for responding anyway. It was pretty dope. I wish I could have fucking got to see him though. So my concert addiction is definitely back though. Ever since Astroworld Festival, I've been going hella hard. I'm probably gonna go see Roddy Ricch in Atlanta in January.
You didn't get tickets for it.
Yeah, but they have resale tickets up now, so they're like $80. Yeah, I'm gonna go see him in Atlanta. It's like $80 now.
2,600 miles.
I can't do it.
Yeah, don't do that. But
You want to drive to Atlanta, bro?
But yeah, other than that, I've just been making like a bunch of like behind the scenes moves with esports. I'm getting ready to graduate next fall. I'll graduate, and then I have to submit my master's application. So I'll be in school for about 2 more years after that, getting my master's. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for me. Huh?
Yeah, you stressed for that?
What are you gonna get your master's in?
I'm still gonna get sociology, and then I'm gonna do psychology classes to the side as well. So
Is your master's program a 2-year program?
yeah, it's 2 year. Mm-hmm.
I'm applying for our master's program. It's a year for accounting.
Yeah, and then what I like about it is like usually a lot of like liberal arts majors in general like usually get it because they're interested in it, but we don't really know like what exactly we want to do with it. But the master's program here like makes us go out and like actually do internships and stuff with people that like majored in whatever we're majoring in. So that'll be really good for me because I'm sort of still in a bubble. I know I want to like help people and like fix certain things, but like I just don't know exactly how to do that yet. So I think that'll be really good for me.
Bro, my
Welcome to
school people
minor.
give me the blank stare when I
Welcome to
tell them what I want to do.
Yeah,
Oh,
but-
I'm
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I go, I want to work in esports in the finance part, and they go, you want to work in what?
yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
you don't. I literally have started. I'm like, you don't know what it is, and
Yeah.
and they're not at the career fair, so you can't help me.
Yeah,
They're like,
but
okay.
I guess like for me, I'm not even. I didn't even think about talking about that. So I'm not because of the role I took up in the esports. I'm not playing in the CCL this year. I just don't have time to play and like actually put the time in. Because if I do play and I'm not as good as I want to be, and I can't put the time in, I'm just gonna get like mad at myself.
Surge, bro.
I-
See, here's the thing.
I
Here's the
can't
thing.
I
die.
think you have a spot on
I
the team
have
after playing.
as many responsibilities as you do in my club, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I just have decided I'm not gonna put in the time. So just don't put in the time and play like me, you know? It's gonna be fine.
But I can't. I'm too competitive for that,
No,
dog.
I think,
Like, I would
Serge,
literally.
they need your team needs a sub. They need an SMG.
Something.
Y'all have like
They-
5. We played you tonight. You had like 4 main ARs.
Where is
They
my
need
phone?
to not tilt. That's literally our issue, that they tilt on each other, which is our issue every year. But
I couldn't hear their comms, so I don't know what if they were tilting or
Yeah.
not. But
yeah,
one of them went like 9 and 30 in a hard point.
Who's on the roster?
It's
it's a guy named Fib.
Steven, Austin, Fib,
It's
St.
Swift.
Paul, and Mensa.
No, Swift is on our JV team. We have enough for. I think we have 8 on our varsity and then like 6 on our JV.
Oh, you
Swift
didn't
got
even make the
hella
cut for
passion,
sub.
Nah,
So-
didn't make the cut, dog. I'm not good enough.
Damn. I was kind of hoping for a free dub there, but I guess not.
Yeah, but I don't think we're gonna play, but I'm really proud and like happy with what we're doing with the org right now. I think there's a lot of good things to come, and that's another plus of me getting my masters is I'll get to still be around and help out with a lot of it.
That's what I said, bro.
Right.
I said if I go to Masters, I can play another season.
Yeah, I don't like I said I don't think I'll play anymore still, but I definitely think I'm happy with what is to come with our org.
Hey,
I mean,
sorry, side note, John, how you feel about making people only allowed to play 4 years max? Or is, yeah.
don't put me on the spot like that.
Okay.
I don't know. That's a discussion. It kind of harkens back to the discussion we had about like collegiate esports kind of being like the wild, wild west.
Mm.
There like really isn't like a lot
Right.
of oversight and structure to it. Like
Yeah.
NCAA, there's obviously the eligibility rules, like your 4 years or your redshirt and whatnot.
Mhm.
But college esports, like there really isn't any precedent for any of that right now. And I guess
Yeah.
like we're all just trying to do the best we can. I know one of the things that we've done really well is like there's a lot of different people from a lot of different walks of life with a lot of different backgrounds like a part of the CCL, so that we're able to have these discussions. But
Yeah.
right now it's just a matter of trying to fit all the pieces to the puzzle that we don't know what it's going to look like. In the end.
John, when do sign-ups close?
December 31st at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
That's kind of soon, actually.
That's a soft close.
2 or 3 weeks.
It's
a soft close.
It's like a pretty soft close. But yeah.
Oh.
Well, going along with the Call of Duty topic,
I totally forgot one thing.
What up?
wait, what were you about to say? No, go ahead.
I totally spaced out one like really massive weekend of my of this semester, and that was I went down to the Oshoni 10K in Dallas, Texas.
Oh yeah.
I was the observer for that. It was the craziest like 72 hours in my life. Like I drove 6 hours to an airport because like the airport near me didn't like have a really cheap flight. So I drive there, right? I go to the airport at 1 a.m. My flight isn't until 6. So I'm sitting in the airport for 5 hours. Get on my flight, show up in Texas. It's the first day of the land. We're there until like midnight. I go to Jaybird's place. We sleep for 3 hours. We sleep for like 3 or 4 hours or whatnot. We wake up at like 7, go back to the venue. And then that day was like the 2K, so we didn't have a lot of tournament going on. So it was like a lot of just like sitting around. We were there till probably like 1 a.m. that night as well. Go back to Jaden's place. We sleep for like, I don't know, 4 hours. Then we're back at the venue on Sunday. We're there from 7 a.m. till, I kid you not, 3:45 in the morning. And my flight left at 6:15. And so DFW was 45 minutes away, but we had to go back to Jaden's place, which was like an additional 30 minutes. So I show up at the airport at like 5:20, expecting. I realistically at one point didn't think I was going to make my flight because the grand finals looked like it was going to be going to a second best of 5, but luckily the team ended up winning the game 4. They clutched up, which was great for me. But yeah, that was the wildest like.
You love that.
What?
Did you have fun though?
I had a lot of fun. The only thing that kind of sucked is that was the day that they did like the change to the sprint time being like the beta sprint. And that's the one that like seriously broke Codcaster and making the delay between switching. So the entire reasoning for me going down to Dallas was kind of nullified because like Codcaster is like pretty broken. But it was still a lot of fun. Met a lot of cool people and had a good weekend.
What airport do you have to fly out to?
So I drove 6 hours to Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Yeah, didn't you go to Minneapolis one year?
And then I flew direct from MSP to DFW.
Was Omaha not closer?
It wasn't cheaper. Like this flight, like the round trip flight was like sub 200 at MSP.
Oh, that's that's the full thing.
Yeah, and I had a buddy that lived that goes to college in Minneapolis, so.
Were you able to park your car there?
Yeah, absolutely, I was, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes life
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention it too, even though we joke about it, like me, Jack, Adam, Wes and
No,
Zach
there's no
all met
reason to
up.
bring it up. There's no reason.
Nah, nah, that
Yeah,
first night was
we
fun
met
as
up.
fuck.
We met up. Let's just leave it at that. We met up.
Met
Bro,
up
that
and played
IHOP
some
was
COD.
lit.
Oh yeah, that IHOP was sometime.
Zach didn't get his pancakes, bro.
Did
Yeah,
y'all
that's
How
what
do you
did,
not get pancakes at IHOP?
did y'all
He
get
got-
plastered after you lost?
He didn't get the
Well,
No,
that was
everyone
the
left.
plan.
Everyone went
That was
home.
the plan. Here's the thing. That was the plan. You know,
Didn't
me
Nick
and
just
Adam
go
were
straight
all
home?
full set on that, and then Wes dips out of nowhere, and he's like, "I'm
Wes
going."
is
Wow.
Wes is
I
home
was like-
before we're out of the stadium. Like we're packing up our stuff. Wes is in his car, gone.
Yeah, he didn't. He
But
didn't
we're
say
packing
goodbye
our
or
gear.
anything.
Yeah.
I
But
still have
yeah.
his daisy chain.
So after that, we just hit up Wingstop.
Ooh.
And Nick's
Ooh.
like, "All right, I'm gonna chalk it and head home." And then I was like, "All right,
We were done at
Lots
2
of-
p.m. I'm like, I'm just
Let
gonna
me,
drive home.
let me
Yeah.
find a bus
Oh,
at
yeah, that makes
11
sense.
p.m. to get home to Indianapolis." So that was
You
fun.
took a bus?
Yeah, we
I
picked
don't have
Jack
a
up at the
car.
bus stop.
I don't
bro.
have a car. I don't know. Like,
Huh?
I'm broke as fuck, dude. Like, I don't.
I guess that's like the one thing I'm like super thankful for my parents for. Like they pay for my insurance for my car, and they pay like
Hey,
they've
Sam.
like this car has been passed down from my mom to myself.
Must
So
be
like
nice.
that
Mhm.
car is like I treat that car like my fucking child. That
Ricky,
thing
shut up.
is
You spend
my
money
favorite
like
thing.
no other guy,
Yeah,
bro. I don't want to
yeah.
hear it.
Man had a pop addiction, was spending $100 on pops every week. I don't want to hear you talking about money, dog.
It's
Fucking-
gotta be Nick. Nick has
Yeah.
so many pops.
I got 2 more in the last week.
And then Shaq had to join in and have like the most
Of
stupid
course
pops
he
Jack
did,
ever.
ruined it, bro.
Fucking
I
George
was so
Washington. That
tight.
made me so mad, man.
He said, look what I got. He
That's
got
it.
George
George
Washington and
Washington.
LeBron James.
Good lord.
Hey, that LeBron James pop. I respect that.
Yeah, I
No,
respect
no,
that
no,
one.
no,
I respect
no.
that
I
one.
don't really. I don't.
Hey,
Really,
Nick.
Washington, dog.
it was
Yeah.
post.
He said, I only collect real people. I said,
That
why?
makes no
That's the worst
sense.
ones to collect. You
Yeah.
just got real
Hey, Nick.
people looking at you.
How
What?
was Galaxy's Edge?
Oh my god.
Don't spoil anything.
Bro, I won't spoil anything, but it was so unreal. I'll have to send y'all the. My dad has a video of when we first walk in. I'm walking in like
Dude, I'm actually tripping. Where's my?
I'm just
Wait.
looking around, mouth like wide open, just looking around, and I come around the corner, and the Millennium Falcon's sitting there, bro. And I just,
So that's like a Disney World exhibit.
it was
Yeah.
like Star Wars land.
Oh
So you
wow.
walk in, it's like you're in
Yeah.
Star Wars, bro.
Oh,
And
I
the
guess
best
it's
That
part
sounds
was-
super dope.
Friday, the night before we left, my girlfriend and I, we went back 30 minutes before the park closed. We get there, we get the security. The security guard recognizes my Astro backpack. He goes, "Oh, you got an Astro bag, huh?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't got time for this." He goes, "What games do you?" He goes, "What games do you play?" I'm like, "I play Call of Duty." He goes, "Oh, cool. I play Rainbow Six and all this stuff." I'm like, "All right, great. See ya." And we
Dude, that's
You're an
Right.
asshole.
racing back to Galaxy's Edge. We get like 30 minutes in Galaxy's Edge in that night and have it all lit up. And there's like just people walk around with lightsabers lit up. And there's like
that
people,
sounds dope,
people, are,
dog.
people are dueling under the Millennium Falcon.
Okay, now that's enough. That's where I draw the line.
That's-
That's where I draw the
No,
line.
bro.
Yeah,
That shit-
the lightsaber for the YouTube viewers, bro.
That's where I draw the
One
line.
song.
I don't want to go get it. I gotta like
Nick,
get it.
Alright,
Nick,
that's
how
all
much
right.
how much a lightsaber cost?
It's 200. Right?
$200
200.
and 50 for a blade. I got two.
Jesus Christ.
Look at Serge, he's giving up.
Yeah, y'all just be blowing. Y'all got money to blow, huh? The movie theater ain't paying me enough. Shit, I ain't got that.
One of them was a Christmas
I mean-
present for my parents.
Mm.
Dude, that's crazy. Movie theater ain't paying you enough, but they're charging.
Nah, but Jack and Ricky
Oh,
all
they
gotta
charging
go.
me an arm and a leg.
No,
over here.
but you
Fucking-
know what I found out though. Like, so the tickets, they don't make any money really off the tickets. Like, they make like literally maybe
Concessions.
$1.
all their
Yeah,
money
the
off the
concessions.
tickets.
Yeah, is what they make their money from.
Yeah, 'cause there's a
I can't
$15
begin to
water
explain to you.
ticket.
Like,
Yeah.
It cost them like a
$15
quarter
water.
for like a large popcorn and like the cardboard or whatever they put.
Okay,
it
wait.
in,
I have a
like,
question. I have a quick question. How much does a large popcorn and a large drink cost?
Probably like I don't know.
Am mine?
Together, $10
Yeah,
a
probably
piece.
like
It's
$14,
$15.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I paid
like-
21 Canadian dollars for a large popcorn and a large drink.
Jesus.
Oh, and you get a free snack. Don't worry, you get a free snack.
That's actually.
You get
that's
a free
actually-
candy.
That's a nice little combo. That's actually, yeah, we don't get no free snack. That's a nice little combo.
We don't get free shit.
It's
Yeah.
air
We
quote
know,
free,
we
bro.
know it's ridiculously expensive, but we're like so whipped that we just do it anyway.
Oh yeah, cause like
You wanna-
it's a part of the movie experience. So like I
It's an
can't like
experience,
walk
exactly.
past.
Man,
Y'all wildin', bro. I'm be buying shit at the movie.
Dude, Ricky's the type of guy who goes to the dollar store and buys a whole bunch of candy before he walks in.
Wait,
Yeah,
but
good luck trying to get that into my theater, bro. It's not gonna fly.
Really?
Are they like real
Yeah,
sticklers about
yeah,
it?
sure.
For
bags.
real, bro. They like throw it in the trash.
Damn.
there's no way.
Dead
Wait, do
ass?
they search you?
Yeah. No, they don't search you.
no-
What the
okay,
fuck?
So at the
They
theater
search
where I
purses
live,
at
bro,
my theater.
people smuggle in like McDonald's, Subway, Wendy's. It don't matter.
Bro,
Hey, what's the
Bring
most
all that
outlandish
stuff
thing
in.
you've ever seen?
Like,
And like
Oh.
That's
That,
someone's brought in.
dude.
2 Little Caesars pizzas.
no,
No, they didn't smuggle them. They literally just carried them through, and the people working just didn't care.
I seen a birthday cake.
I mean, we usually
I
don't care
saw-
either.
No, like the person's like
pack of
lighting
Bud Light.
up the candles in the theater. Like,
That's a fire hazard.
I feel like there's
Bro, I
there's,
didn't
like,
know how
extra
to react.
stipulations regarding that because I know that like some movie theaters have like birthday
Birthday
packages
events. But
available. So
they don't make you go sit down in your seat and cut the cake now, do they?
They give you a room.
See, with
They
the
get a room.
with the 6-pack of Bud Light, we probably would have said something, but only because we sell alcohol in our theater. So he probably would have told them to throw that stuff away. But the worst
We
thing
have
I've seen,
18
I like so like we have ushers, and ushers are just the people that go and clean the theaters after the movie. And one time I had an usher shift, and I literally went to the top of a Frozen movie, and like it was, I guess the whole family decided to bring like hot cakes into like from McDonald's. Had the like literally they didn't know they're and the hot cakes come in threes. So like I counted them. Nobody ate their hot cakes. They just threw them on the ground. I was like, why? Like why did you even bring them here, dog? You didn't even eat them. You literally threw them on the ground.
Butter on them as well.
No, they didn't put shit on them. It's like they just said, yeah, I really want these. And threw them hoes on the ground. I was like,
They just tossed them, bro.
I was like, I hate it here. I literally hate it here. I almost quit that day.
I
Like,
want to go home.
Third sauce full.
but anyways, on
Is
to
there any perks
the.
working at a, is there a
Nah,
perks
let's
working at
move
a
on. I don't want
theater?
to
Yeah,
keep
we've
talking
been on
about
this-
movie theaters, bro.
We
Uh,
cut Surge off like 3 times, bro. He's been trying to change the subject for 30 minutes.
Alright.
No, I wanted to talk about the CDL and like Modern Warfare so far, because obviously all of us have like a Call of Duty background, so I want to
Let's
know.
just focus on the league. Let's focus on the
hold on.
league, bro.
Focus on the league.
Alright, bro. the
We'll talk about the
we
game
don't- We
forever.
don't say the game by name, bro.
Okay. Here's what we can do then.
Not
What
be
one
named,
word?
bro.
One word from each person. Describe your experience in Modern Warfare so far.
Okay.
Or what you think about it.
Spawns.
J Pro,
Potential.
Disappointment.
Nick. Okay. Casey.
Torture device.
That's
one-
2 words.
Two-
you
two-
need.
That's a Canadian. That's a Canadian education.
Canadian
Can we explain that?
Well, it's Jack's turn.
What's a good word? I don't know. Tragic.
Go ahead, Ricky.
Surge, what's your word?
Oh, bro, I already said spawns, bro.
Yeah.
Spawns. Tragedy, honestly.
Yeah, I was sick. Good one,
Yeah,
man.
It's terrible, dog. Like,
That was
12
awesome.
hertz. I think 12 hertz is another.
That's
Oh, that's
also
a
2
good-
words.
yeah.
I know, but
Say it. I was already thinking it.
I'm not like
Or
sticking to
if
one.
we're doing
word.
multiple words, we gotta talk.
Okay,
about
so,
super
like-
No,
bullets,
we're not.
bro. I'm
stop,
getting
stop, stop,
imploded.
We're
by
not, we can't dive into it. Like, just stop.
So
We
what?
can do this.
What
Alright,
about
let's
the
talk about the
league?
league. Let's just talk about the league. I
So
think
like,
the
who are
league
your
has a lot of
favorite
potential.
teams?
Garbage.
I think it has the potential to be something.
I
Great.
think. Well, so
Go
for
for
the
it.
league, okay. So one of the things that makes like esports really good in terms of viewership is when games are super fun to watch and there's like a lot of drama behind them. Like Black Ops 4 was super dramatic because like, oh, this team might be ahead 100 points, but they use all their specialists to get ahead. And, Team B that's down 100 is like getting all their specialists. And, if they correctly use their specialists and chain some hills together, like right back in it. With Modern Warfare, like you don't see comebacks as often because like if you're getting smoked, there's nothing you can really do. You're just getting smoked,
Yeah.
right?
He's got to out rotate, bro. It's just whoever rotates.
Rotate? Who rotates, bro? You just spawn behind the
Well,
enemy team.
Yeah, so I think when I said potential, I think that like the game does have some glaring issues at the moment. I won't lie. I think that there's like definitely some very real problems that exist that make it anti-competitive. Spawns probably being one of the largest. There's been
12 hertz.
there's too many times where I've had situations where
Bro.
like I'll like where like my team doesn't have control of like a hard point, but I'll spawn like a foot away from said hard point, or like
Bro,
there's times where I spawn
the
at
hard
the
point.
hard point. Like that shouldn't happen. I think the
We were
game
playing,
prioritize like squad spawns too much.
we played Petrograd today, and we were rotating from the second hill to caution, and I said, everyone play mid, because we'll get spawns if we die. We all 5-stacked mid. They got rotation. I pushed top. We went 5 down, spawn in the back,
Yeah, it's
and then broke the
It's-
hill.
definite like, and that's one of the things I think that like is going to get fixed. Like I know at the current moment the game is like really like difficult to play respawn wise because the spawns aren't making sense, but I know that
Can't play SND because of the glitch, the bomb glitch.
there's no way that like
There's a bomb glitch.
It came back, yeah.
What bomb glitch?
If
The
you
bomb
shoot with the
character-
bomb, it shows the bomb on the
Yes,
minimap.
we're
Wait,
talking
no,
about
that's
Yeah,
not a
that's not a
glitch.
glitch.
That's not a glitch.
That's not a glitch.
That's not
No.
a glitch. That's
Or
not
at least I don't think it should be.
No, that's
considered
meant.
a
It's
glitch.
meant to be
Mhm.
Yeah.
in the game.
It's weird. I can't.
I think I'm with you. Like I think the game is like fixable. Like I haven't given up on it just yet.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think like I don't know how much you guys are aware, but they had like the CDL player summit, and I saw players
I
talking
did.
about
Aches.
how they were like how they were talking about the game. And I know I like Scraps even tweeted, like somebody asked like, are they fixing the game? And Scraps responded like, yes, they are fixing the game. And like I know for a fact that like there's no situation where
They
a
have to
league-
fix
where a
it.
league as big as this, where teams are paying you 25 million plus for spots, and like it's like the first year that they just allow like these glaring issues to come through, because otherwise what's going to happen is like that opening weekend we're going to see some like ridiculous looking games because of like how spawns are playing out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the game, like you said, there is a chance that they can do something special. But
Bro, they better
when they
fix it now.
first released this game, they said that this game will be for the fans. It'll be for the casual player. How can a game go from completely saying that they want to be casual to saying, "Oh wait, let's focus on our core audience, which is our competitive scene now"? And
So continue. Sorry.
there's no way that you can be. You're now just playing two sides of a coin. You're trying to be one thing, but then saying the other thing. And
We both want the same thing.
Yeah.
no,
Pretty much.
I don't think so.
You don't.
I don't
Wait, you
think so.
don't. You don't think both sides want the same thing?
I think the casual community benefits more from competitive changes than they think they do. Because if they fix spawns for competitive, how is that hurting the casual community?
I
Because-
They make
Because I think there's players who
If
just
they
can't
give
kill.
But if they give us 60 hertz custom games, how is that hurting the public match, bro?
They don't
Yeah.
play. They don't play
Casual
public maps.
community.
They don't play They don't play custom maps. They don't.
you didn't
play-
play
Everybody plays
when you were
custom.
I
when
think-
you were
I-
you don't play Michael Myers with your friends in a custom lobby with your friends.
But I guess,
in
like-
casual-
Give you-
I guess like the hurts at that point doesn't affect them how it affects us in that case.
Yeah.
If you're just playing Mike Myers, like it doesn't really. It's not
It
really
does.
as. It definitely
You can
does.
feel
It
it. You can
affects
feel
it, but
it.
it doesn't. It's not like it doesn't make or break a competitive
Unlike you
like
said
a
about
Michael
Spawn.
Myers game like it is a competitive game.
but
Unlike
it
you
does
said,
also ruin
spawns.
people, like,
There are people that
transferring
are
over.
so
But
bad
that's
at this
not the
game.
argument, though. We're like it would benefit both sides.
Yeah, I agree.
But people are so bad at this game that hey, if they spawn behind someone, they're so excited to get a free kill. Like
I think one of the best
Trust me,
examples
like,
we can
it's-
really look at here is a game that like everybody in this call actually plays is Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike focuses like almost exclusively on the competitive side first,
Mhm.
and then like those like changes, like work its way down into like the casual player, right? Because a lot of players that play CS like play exclusively the competitive modes, right? But like the adjustments that are made to the competitive side like trickle down and end up making like Counter-Strike like a great game overall. Now Counter-Strike definitely has its issues at the current moment, which me and Casey could probably talk about for a long time.
The COD guns.
Well,
The
nah, I
Greek.
was gonna say the economy, but yeah.
no, I think the economy is something unique, and it's what
that's-
makes the game.
it's just kind of
Yeah.
T-sided at the moment.
It's the Krieg though that they
yeah.
tried to fix it. Sorry, let's not go there.
Like I was saying with Modern Warfare, right? The changes we make at like the top like competitive level will trickle down into making the entire game like that much better. Like regardless of what people want to think or not, like making a truly balanced game is a better option than like what we currently have right now. Like even though there's like some like really cheesy things and sometimes things are like really fun to play with, like overall like more people will enjoy the game at like a purely balanced state.
I think my only issue and I think it's like really hurt. Like even watching S&D and let alone playing it, like the footsteps in this game, dog. I can't.
Not that bad, bro.
I got sound hoard so many times in scrims. Like I was, you can't make a play if you don't have dead silence.
Yeah, it's
And
just
most of the time,
Well,
like
it's like
like
clutches are impossible without it. Like every clutch clip I've seen like on Twitter, like
Dead
you
silence.
have to have like your dead silence to pop it, and it's just
Yeah.
it's just to me it's not fun to play. Like every time we play GBs, like I'm getting killed by dudes sitting in corners. They can play off the bomb site and just like play on the site. Oh, okay, they're over here. I hear them, and it's like
So
I
one of
don't
the
enjoy
I
it.
think one thing I can say is that I think this game will be can if this game is played correctly like the pros play it, which is a faster paced game. The game has so much potential, but it's the way the community plays the game that really has like ruined what this game
You think
is.
so? I also don't even think it's fun to watch. Like,
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna be
think
honest
that's
with
what I
you.
what's
mean.
Not fun to
I think
watch.
it watching. Have you anyone watched FaZe play?
I
Yeah,
watch
Like how
scrims.
how
Atlanta,
fast
They're
Atlanta
very
FaZe
FaZe
is the
FaZe
best
is
team
literally
to
full of
watch.
crackheads, bro.
like FaZe
Yeah.
plays set so fast. They have like
Every single person on the team is under 5'8".
they have like 60. No, I'm saying like each player has like 60 engagements at the end of a hard point.
Exactly.
They're playing at a pace that obviously is
Doesn't make sense.
attainable. That pace is attainable, but no one's playing at it,
But even so, like I watched scrims
and that's
countless
fun to
times. It's
watch.
just like compared to Black Ops 4, and maybe it's because I was more involved like in actually playing Black Ops 4. But like I can't sit there and watch it for like a lengthy period of time. I just
No,
don't enjoy it.
I honestly think they just chose the worst game possible to franchise on and
Yeah.
gain viewership.
Bro,
It's
this is
not.
Black Ops 4.
I don't know if you guys are watching the $250,000 tournament, but it had like
Yeah.
at top
That's a joke.
12,000 viewers.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
and
can you
don't-
imagine saying that you started a
CS
league
had
and
50,000 viewers at 9 a.m. this morning for Blast.
Yeah.
50,000 at 9 in the morning Eastern.
and like
and
one of
the
one of the
reruns.
things, yeah,
Well,
one of
that's
the things
'cause-
that's really interesting is like I don't know if you guys have seen like the Reddit posts about what the chat have been whenever the official Call of Duty channel has been live. It's like been hashtag
Remove skill
skill-based
based.
matchmake
Mhm.
or like fire X person or change Y
Yeah.
thing. And it's like everybody's spamming that. Like I think I watched the streamer invitational they had last week, and I watched chat for a solid 5 minutes be nothing but like remove skill based matchmaking.
And then I think Adam actually typed this game blows and like it actually auto timed him out and so they were
Really?
doing their you can
Yeah.
ask, yeah.
You got auto timed
Yeah,
out.
Wow.
they're straight Chinese dictatorship over there, bro.
Wow,
I
I
was
didn't even know
actually
that.
that's actually something I was gonna bring up. What do you guys think? Maybe you think the game is suffering because of the Activision Blizzard like
I
controversy
I
that
don't think
happened?
it's
no.
No,
It's
I don't
got
think
nothing to
so.
do with
I think it's Infinity
Activision.
Ward,
Yeah.
The game suffers not because of like the corporate oversight. I think it suffers from something much greater than like any of us really think about, and I think it's just like a disconnect between like developers.
Here we go with this
I
shit.
don't know how, I've
I
talked about this
mean,
before. It's just like
yeah.
Yeah, I
it's like,
agree.
oh, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this like $25 million plus slot esports franchise league. But then we have a game that like isn't super competitive focused out the gate, but it has like this like battle pass and like all these other things that we're seeing in like other games like Fortnite.
Yeah, bro, but if you buy the battle pass, you get into worse lobbies and pubs.
I guess I should have set the precedent for this before, but for those that like aren't involved in Call of Duty, don't really know what we're talking about the CDL, which is what it's called now, the Call of Duty League, and it went last year or years prior. It was completely based on orgs, like orgs like Splice and Optic and Evil Genius and stuff like that. They all had their own teams that represented them, but now those same orgs have bought into this league for $25 million, and now they're city-based teams. So, for instance, you have your Minnesota Roker, you have your Rocker, you should have your Chicago Huntsman, your Dallas Empire, etc. So that's what we're talking about at the moment.
I just think, going off of what John said, it's definitely a disconnect. But also, you have to look at Infinity Ward itself. It's been living in the past since Modern Warfare 3. They're
Yeah.
banking off their success in Modern Warfare 3 because that was arguably the best public like casual game that
Mhm.
Call of Duty has had.
Yeah.
And like any game after that, nobody's been happy with it. Ghost, it was super controversial, a great competitive game, but no one
Mhm.
enjoyed playing it casually. Then you have Infinite Warfare, which was the worst jetpacking game by far, and now we have this absolute load of shit. Like it's just not.
Oh my
Damn.
god. There needs to, in my opinion, at this point, like if I'm like overseeing Infinity Ward, like there needs to be a complete like overhaul of like the people that are employed in that office, because obviously
happened
like
to
those
Legendary?
people, yeah, like those people don't know what we want anymore, and it's like it's
They
not
just took
working,
But
dog.
they
Sledgehammer.
actually brought back a team from Respawn Entertainment to come build this game.
It's not working, dog. Like I don't.
They're like, I think they
Respawn
have like,
Entertainment.
Smoking some
Hold on.
fat dick
they
or
had.
something,
I
bro.
think Infinity Ward's deal is they have an idea of what they want this game to be, and they refuse to budge from what that
It's
is.
Yeah.
art.
Yeah, they're like, we want this game to be casual, and we want this game to pay homage to Call of Duty 4, and
Mhm.
we want this game to be realistic. But that doesn't work.
Call of Duty is not real. It's not a. It's not a
Yeah.
war simulator.
Yeah,
it's
we don't play Call of Duty to
And
feel
it's
like we're
just how
in.
long is it going to take
Yeah.
for them to budge on how they want this game to play and how it should be played?
Yeah.
I think one of the things that like the Call of Duty community like needs to understand is that like Call of Duty isn't like this like military simulator. That's not at all. It's an arcade shooter, like
Mhm.
first and foremost. That's what it's always been.
Always
It's always been about, you know, like the 360 no scopes, right? That's
Mhm.
not realistic, but that's like fun and it's cool to see.
Right.
And it's those types of things that like really elevated Call of Duty to what it is
Yeah,
today.
the flashiness part of the game is what is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And slowing it down to the point where like the ADS time on snipers like makes it so
You
like,
can't quick
clip-
scope. You can't. Yeah.
yeah.
And
One of the things I think was really interesting, Sergio, that you talked about how like you can't make a play without dead silence. During one of the interviews, they like talked about how the reason dead silence is a field order and not a perk is because like they're maybe this was somebody that was tweeted and not said in an interview, but it was that like dead silence was like a crush perk in the past
I
CODs,
think
and they wanted to change that,
Gaming
but it's-
Revolution said that.
I think that's who it was as well. But like, even if that's true, like everybody's running dead silence now anyway because like that's how
Now
important
it's
it
a
is to,
super
like, the
crutch.
fundamentals.
and my thing is like, who asked for that? Who asked for you to take dead silence away as a perk? Like
Who
I.
asked for them to take the mini map out?
So, I think, like, here's what I will say, and you guys might not agree with this, but as somebody who like knows like aspiring game developers, like at my school, there's like a game dev degree where like that's all they do, and one of the things they teach you is to like innovate from base concepts and like moving on to try to make bigger and better things, right?
Mhm.
Like Infinity Ward took a risk. Now Modern Warfare has arguably some of the best gunplay of any Call of Duty.
I can agree with that. I like the gunplay.
Like
It has good
gun-
mechanics.
Yeah, I like the
gunfight
gunplay.
is
Engine
great.
feels good.
Like the gunfight mechanics are phenomenal.
Except for
right?
the headshot multiplier.
Yeah, I think it needs to be.
Exactly, and that's a discussion.
That's a
of, like,
fixable thing.
where the innovation might not have gone exactly where we wanted to. We got to tune in a little bit, and like I applaud Infinity Ward for attempting to like innovate on the game because like let's be honest, Call of Duty like in the past like 5 or so years like really didn't change like that much. Like we had jetpacks, but like it wasn't.
Whoa, we went from boots to
Ooh,
jetpacks.
yeah.
Yo,
Advanced Warfare was
at
revolutionary.
the same time.
Well, that's kind of why I said like.
And then Black Ops 3 put in wall runs, which
3
made
years.
that game revolutionary.
I liked
Yeah.
BO3. It was good.
BO3 slap, bro.
AW is still the best jetpack game.
Sorry, more so. I mean,
No,
like
it wasn't.
BO3
Yeah,
and
AW is the
that
best.
Game, like those games weren't that much different in terms of like
Like the base
core mod
gameplay,
mechanics,
yeah.
the base gameplay.
I
Like,
mean,
sure, there was-
BO3
there's,
bought
like,
in
stuff that doesn't make
specialists,
sense.
and
So
I
did
disagree.
IW.
I
I
guess, like,
mean, after
BO3 and
BO3,
IW and BO3 are basically the same game.
yeah, except IW is shittier.
IW was literally the worst
More-
COD ever.
No, this
I
is the
think,
worst COD ever.
I think IW slept on.
It's 1A and
low-key.
1B, bro.
No,
It was a good
see,
competitive game after
It
they
was
fixed
great.
all the skin
S&D
spots
and IW is actually nasty.
I think the
I
difference between this one and IW is that like when IW came out, like I didn't see the potential in IW, but I see the potential in this game. It's just they have to actually like listen to what the community wants, and that's my thing is like I don't care if you like innovate and like you make a mistake and you admit to it and be like, okay, like we realize you guys didn't want dead silence as a field upgrade, so we apologize, we'll fix that. But like it's the fact that they just like act oblivious to it that pisses me off.
Did you see that thing in the last patch where they're like, they left in that line of code where
PC
it's
patch
like,
notes, yeah.
they're like,
what
this
they
is not
wanted.
this is not the change that the community wants, but here it is.
Yeah.
They like reduced the
They-
footstep sound. And they said this is not the footstep sound the community is looking for, but
Do you think it's them just
still
trying
a
to live?
change. They
Do you
like
think
put
it's
that in
them
the
just
game.
trying to? It's them trying to say we're trying to stick by our product. We
Yeah.
believe in what we
Yeah,
build.
there's no collaboration or compromise. It's just
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
Hmm.
I don't know. Like that's one thing I will give Fortnite credit for is that for at least a long time that I did play the game,
Yeah.
that they were super like interactive with their community. They would
Mhm.
reply on Reddit all the time.
that's
Literally
yeah.
every week there would be an update for that game, like some way to like balance the game.
And for the
or, like,
most
something
part,
that-
it was what the people wanted. And if it
Exactly.
wasn't, then Epic is
Changed.
super quick to change it right back to what.
Instantly, like
Yeah.
the next day.
You don't like it? Volted.
Right.
But that's also because
Exactly.
the reason why Fortnite blew up was because of Twitch and the personalities that made Fortnite blew up, and COD just doesn't have that.
I don't think it's just
as
that,
a-
but I think it kept its longevity because of the continued support for the game.
I think COD would have that if the game was good. That's the thing. Like it's like I was literally in Scump stream when the game first came out. Somebody literally came in his chat and said, this game is so boring to watch. I'm leaving." And Scump like cracked a joke about it, but it's like I feel like that's like the sentiment that a lot of people have right now. It's like this game is just not fun to
Yeah,
watch.
he's still pulling like
I think
7K
the
viewers
colors-
on
Yeah,
I think
scrims.
the
and if the
colors-
game was good and it was fun to watch, imagine how many he could be pulling. Because when he
Yeah,
was when he was
Like, he
talking
had a-
about this. I remember last year watching.
Scump had
the-
100,000 viewers.
The first 2K finals where it was like Optic versus E United, right? Scump had 100K people watching Optic and E United play in the 2K finals,
Yeah.
and like everybody was popping like because it was fun to watch. Like Respawn in that game was like really good. There's great colors, great movement, great gunplay. The specialists were super cool to see like big plays, right?
Mm.
And then we transitioned to this year, and it's like the
I mean,
same
great.
like gray green like
It's great.
But do these developers forget that the real world has color?
No, they don't.
No, but also that pulls into the like one of the main unfixable aspects of the game is that the maps are just absolute
terrible,
garbage.
yeah, we didn't
Yeah.
even talk about that. That's
Yeah.
pretty.
They
Yeah.
can add DLC maps. Like
Okay, but that's the
Right, but
only
then-
that's the only fixable part I'll give it is that like
And they
since
need
the
to be
maps are free,
free.
right? Since the maps are
Yeah.
free, then
Yeah.
I'll give it to them. That's fixable.
They
But
only added one map. They said they were adding 3.
right, but the only
and
thing
then the
is
one-
like
it's because it's a content stream, right? They're not releasing all the content day one.
Bro,
It's
but
just like
why did they add a new area to crash?
That doesn't matter.
Okay,
At least they
that I
added.
can
Yeah, at
live
least they
with.
added it.
No, the reason they added that was because if you got stuck behind broken house in that spawn trap, you were stuck. There was no chance you get out of that spawn
Sure.
trap.
my
But
only
also-
hope. Oh, you go ahead, Jack.
No, I was just like, Crash is a map that was made for like Call of Duty 4, not Modern Warfare.
Yes.
So
I
The-
want a new map.
the play
bro.
style is going to be completely different, and there's going to be flaws no matter how they adjust it.
Oh no, I agree.
And adding doors to that map
Oh, to crash it does not
for
flow.
competitive,
Okay,
it's
yeah.
literally mind-boggling.
Wait, have you seen the top AC door like on top of like kitchen?
Yeah.
Like if you like I saw a guy run out of that kitchen door and the guy AC couldn't do anything about it. He's just like, "Alright, bro, I'm dead."
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like what Ricky just said.
That's
I hope like the rest of the stream of like maps that they drop aren't just all classic maps. Like I like what Nate tweeted out a while back where he said like it's cool to like reminisce on old maps and stuff, but like I'm trying to make new memories that have like new favorite maps. That's like why I buy a new Call of Duty.
Yeah, and
so-
also, like, they release Call of Duty Mobile, which is arguably what everyone wants.
Yeah.
Like, a
Mhm.
compilation of the best guns, the best maps that Call of Duty's ever had, and a
Yeah.
steady flow of pace. And they put that into a goddamn mobile game instead of fucking switching it out.
Hey, but
Yeah.
they won the game award though.
Play that shit on PC.
They got the game award for it though.
I haven't played it, but I heard it's actually really good.
it's actually
It's
well,
incredible
it's
for
so
a
good.
mobile game.
They-
It's
they-
incredible.
They have they have like the normal multiplayer. They have its own battle royale already.
Really?
And like the BR
Yeah.
is actually fun. It's got vehicles. It's got like all the different things you'd really want. Like I know when it first dropped out that like I played it on PC because like the get like the like actual developer
bet you
Proud
were having
Mobile
a blast.
they actually have their own like PC client so you can play the game
Yeah.
on PC if you want
Mhm.
to. And like honestly, I sat there and played for like 6 hours straight one day just because of how fun it was.
But
That's
do you know
a-
who the developer is?
It's like Tencent,
Raven.
I think.
Tencent,
Yeah.
and they're like the major like Chinese developer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what.
If
Did they
you
make
wanna
Call of Duty?
have-
Did they make Call of Duty Online?
Yes, they did.
Yeah,
Is that the
Yeah.
same? Yeah.
yeah, same. Pretty much, if you want your game to be released in China, like it
It
usually
has to
goes
go through
them.
Tencent. Yeah, Tencent owns actually 10% of Activision. So
Oh, wow.
And they own 10% of Reddit.
they own
and
10% of everything.
Riot.
Yeah, they own 100% of Riot, I think.
So I guess like on a more
Uh,
positive note, like who are y'all's favorite teams and like who do you think the best team is right now?
Can I split this up into like my favorite team and who I think is the best team? Because I think those are two.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's what you just said.
I thought it
Hey, listen. Toronto Ultra is the best team in the game.
Who gonna tell him?
Ultra.
Who gonna tell him? Who gonna tell him? Who gonna tell him?
They're gonna lose.
I got Kleenex on
Y'all
your-
are not winning a singular game,
They're gonna
dog.
lose to Paris Legion.
Yes,
bro.
dog.
Like,
Nah, I think they beat
so-
Paris.
No.
I think Looney and Zen will be good on this game.
I mean, Zin's gonna be good on this game because he's a kill whore. But
my favorite. Okay, so I have two favorite teams, right? I'm a big Huntsman fan.
Bandwagon idiot.
yeah, you get it.
You don't belong here.
My other favorite team is Minnesota Rocker because they're my neighboring state.
Yeah.
Kind of like localized, which is kind of like the whole point of having like franchise, like to have like some local team to root for. But like the best team, I think hands down it's Dallas Empire.
Oh yeah,
right
100%.
now. But I
100%.
think like Atlanta FaZe is like
Absolutely, yeah.
I think they're
on
gonna be
their
a
trip.
team no matter what.
Yeah.
Do you think it's
just
that
like-
big a skill gap between?
I know,
Absolutely.
like,
Oh yeah.
It
Have you
goes
seen
like-
the?
It goes like Dallas.
I've
Atlanta,
seen them, but
and
it's
then there's
just
like a big gap, and then it's like Chicago. Maybe not
Bro,
big gap, but it's like a
Chicago could
gap.
definitely be the top team, bro.
They
Like,
just don't
look at
care.
that.
Oh, they have the chance.
They all
They
have
have the
massive
ability.
egos.
They were taking maps off Empire last scrim.
Hey,
That's
I'll
that's the
take-
thing with Empire is like when you're in that position of being the top team, like you at that point you're teaching every time you play another team. But at the same time you can't afford to not practice. So like it's a little
Yeah.
bit of a toss up for them. But I definitely
But
still
that's
think they're the
what you
top
want in
team.
them teams, though.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that's been really interesting about.
Isn't
this
Clay
is,
always
like,
tweeting out for past the pro team scrims?
They're trying to like play like one pro scrim a day,
Mhm.
but then they're trying to play against like two like
They play
two
it.
Path
They
to
do like
Pro
3.
Yeah,
They-
'cause
they play.
That's
they
how you
play-
adapt,
they play
It's not
right?
like the
Pentagrams
Path to
much.
Pro teams are awful. Or-
No, there's
Yeah.
some really good ones this year actually.
Like,
Really
I'm
really
pretty-
good.
I don't know if you guys saw, but there's like either Crim or Clay that said like Pentagrams team is like better than some of like the actual.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, they're
Optic-
nasty. They're nasty.
Optic LA.
UIU like
Bro,
straight up
Optic-
smokes.
Optic-
so.
Optic- I'll get it figured
fucking
out.
blows, bro.
They'll get it. There's no way a team with
Yeah,
Flash
I agree.
and Dashy on it.
Oh,
like,
of course, yeah.
It's because Dashy and TJ don't want to be there. Like you could every time Dashy turns on the
TJ
scene, he
wants
does
to
not
be-
want to be
TJ
there.
def-
traded apparently.
TJ
Well-
wants to be there. Dashy doesn't.
Yeah, Dashy does
Dashy
not want to be
got-
there at all.
Dashy got the
Yeah.
biggest ego ever because of Black Ops 4. No.
I don't.
He was
I don't think
nasty.
Dashy's that
He
good.
was nasty, but he also literally
Yeah,
baited
yeah.
everyone on
Yeah.
his team.
But see,
He was
that's
always
the-
last in
Hey,
line.
you're giving Nick flashbacks. We
But
can't
with
talk-
players like that, like I excuse it because somebody has to do it, right? Like for I don't. This is a terrible
No.
comparison. No. Okay, listen. Like okay, this is a bad comparison, but Ole Miss. Like I don't care if I'm sliding in for Poner and Psyche because Poner and Psyche are better than me. Somebody has to take the initiative and be like, okay, I'm sliding out first right here. So if Dashy shoots better than his teammates and they want to bait for him, then
But
No, that's
bait.
totally
not the
fine.
issue, bro. Like,
That's
it
not the
wasn't
point.
like that, bro. Dashy was baiting in situations where he shouldn't be baiting.
I can see that for sure. I mean, only because they're pro players and like I feel like they all have the capability
They're
of slaying
pro,
like
exactly.
that. Yeah, I can see that.
Up
Just happened to
Surge is in dark mode.
Oh god, I
Yeah.
died.
Oh,
I almost even said something.
Oh god, don't pull a Shaq, please.
It should all be, it should all be balanced like 100 Thieves were last year, bro. I think it was Anaheim where they got outslayed like 6 different hard points and won all
Mhm.
6 of them.
Yeah.
That's why I respected Nabel so much, bro. It's
Oh
just-
yeah.
100%, bro. I
He
love
found
the
a way
one-
to
He's
be
so
successful.
selfless. He's so selfless.
Yeah.
God,
Him
man,
and
I-
Karma,
like-
him and Karma are just.
Yeah.
At Anaheim, it won like the
Bro,
Optic
bro,
versus 100T
bro, the
series.
Surge-
Dashy
Ricky,
had-
let him speak.
Dashy
Jesus.
like 100T hadn't lost 2 hard points in the same series. Like the frequency hard point, Dashy had to drop like a record
60.
setting
He had
kill-
60
He had to
something.
drop a record setting kill game to like actually take the map from them.
They won like
And, like,
250 to like
and the-
190.
No, it was like 250 to like 230. It was like really close. It wasn't like that. And Enable started out like 1 and like 14 or something ridiculous
Yeah.
like that. He had like a really slow start. And the fact that 100 T's like was that consistent is like very respectful.
Right, and they didn't give up on their roster just because they had one
Yeah.
player not showing up
That
for
was
one
super
tournament.
important. That was
Yeah.
super important because, like, especially like with the AM scene, you see so many teams, like teams that could
Teams
have
switch.
potential instantly switch up after losing it. Like maps in the scrim, they're like, yeah, this ain't working. Like it's
Dude
over.
has one
I think
bad
last year,
Yeah.
I think that's something like from last year is going to happen is last year, like the top teams, only like 2 of them made a change, and there's for one player. Like United made one change, 100 Thieves made one change.
Both got way better.
Both got way better. And I think like going into the future, we won't see roster manias anymore.
I'm gonna miss
Unless
that.
it's like
So
1 to 2 players when they're just like a trade. But like it used to be like if you didn't place top 2, your whole team implodes.
That's another thing that I think the CDL is taking away from the COD community and its potential growth is Call of Duty is known for their open bracket breakout stars, and
That's still
we're just
there.
not gonna. No, it's not gonna. It's not gonna be
Yes,
the
it
same.
is.
Well, we okay. We
Path
can't
to
say
Pro.
The entire procedure is still there. Path to
right.
Pro
We
is
we can't
exactly
say
what
that
it was
it's
last
not
year.
there because we haven't seen
Literally
Path to
the
Pro in
exact
action yet. So
It's the
That's
exact
true.
same thing. There's not a single thing that's different.
Path to
It-
Pro is not gonna be in the
Yes, it is.
No,
It's-
they
it's-
have their individual open bracket tournament.
Just like it
I
was
mean,
last year.
Yeah, in BO4 they didn't ever play against pros until
Right.
champs.
They haven't
But
played against
that's what
pros
I'm saying.
since-
That adjustment is I don't agree with.
was it?
and-
I didn't agree with it in Black Ops 4 either.
I mean,
Same thing.
I didn't agree with it, but I saw why because like literally every time an open bracket team, 90% of the time they came out
I
of
mean,
Ricky.
here's
You mean to
what
tell
happened.
me the open bracket teams were hanging when they came into pool play?
Yeah, bro. Fucking Ghost.
Singularity.
Yeah.
Singularity, bro. Fucking GGEA all of World War II.
In
Giants.
IW,
GGEA got to
Panthers
pools and got
team-
fried.
What was that team that Pander was on?
Nah,
In?
they didn't get
It's like
fried.
Pander, Spoof, Nova.
Yeah, they.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
GGA Orange, right? I think it was like Pander, Spoof, Nova.
Yeah, and then Priesta had his breakout in IW through open
Exactly.
bracket.
Yeah, because C9. He played on C9 with H.
Yeah. No, it wasn't C9. Was it C9?
He was on C9. He was on C9 in Black Ops 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyways, of course I'm a Chicago Huntsman fan. But I will say one team that I didn't really plan on. I plan on liking them because they're one of my favorite players and personalities. But like I think their marketing so far and like the content they put out for this team is really good. The New York Subliners, they're actually turning me into a fan because like the little Twitter videos, YouTube videos, and stuff that they drop.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
they're
but
hilarious.
also I'm really realizing how, bro.
What?
Like-
You cut out.
Sorry,
You cut out.
Tim?
I'm realizing how annoying accuracy is.
Uh,
Like Lamar needs to chill out. He needs to learn what to wear, bro. He has the ugliest dress style I've ever seen in my life.
yeah, I love the like comedic chemistry that team has. I love all of them, dog. Like it seems like a really dope team to like just like hang around. But of course, like I said,
Except for
Chicago
the-
till I die. But
Right, except for the PR stunt that they picked up Censor instead of picking up an actual
That's-
guy.
yikes, that was a yikes.
Cesar could still play the game. Though.
No, he can't. He cannot.
Yes,
He
can.
could,
I
they
mean,
could have picked up
Florida
anybody
picked up
else.
Maniac.
Cesar might drop
Maniac's
point
not
eight,
a
bro, but
Maniac's
he can
not a
play
player.
the
He's a
game.
content creator.
He'll be a
He's a
sub.
player. He's a sub.
He's a sub? No
Yeah.
way. I thought he was a content creator.
Well, that's what they have
got
him
Maniac
labeled
booming,
as.
bro.
Yeah, that's what they have him labeled as. But I think I don't know. I don't think they can't be, dog. There's no way.
He won't play, but he'll be there.
So what team do you think has like the best branding / logo? Like that y'all like? I think Minnesota's is dope. I think
I
Minnesota's
really
is
like
dope.
the London
I love
Ravens.
the Minnesota one,
I
bro.
like the London Ravens a lot.
Minnesota's
Oh, yeah,
most
dude.
unique out of all of
Did you see
them.
the windbreakers?
Yes,
Yeah,
dog.
the
That's what I'm dude. Those
windbreakers
windbreakers
are
are so nice,
God.
dog. Oh my god.
I was
also like
I like
limited
the
edition
Florida
Dolphin
logo a
player.
lot.
I like the
actually-
Florida logo.
I love the Florida one too. Oh, not
It,
the
it,
logo.
it's grown on me. It's grown on me. I'll give
If you would have told me that,
Bro, their logo looks like a Treyarch Prestige emblem.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Personally, I
it.
think
Oh, you're not
like,
wrong.
I think the CDL like branding is like significantly better than I think a lot of people like gave teams credit for at the beginning.
Yeah.
Definitely better than Overwatch.
Because
though.
like,
I'm
you
not-
remember,
yeah.
you remember when they were like leaking, like team names were being leaked, and people were like very
A lot of
hesitant.
shit.
Oh
And
yeah,
now,
yeah.
and now I'm just like, actually, like all of these are like pretty good names,
Mhm.
and like most of the logos are like actually pretty good. Like I like them more than some of the like a lot of the Overwatch logos.
We got
Yeah.
the Gorillas one is
The
unacceptable.
Gorilla, I also thought, I'm not gonna lie, even though they're my team, bro. Chicago Huntsman's pretty
I was
disappointing.
disappointed. I was disappointed until like I started seeing how they like vectored it on the merchandise and stuff, and like the way
Yeah.
they
They,
changed
like,
the colors
changed
up on
it
the
on the-
merchandise.
yeah.
Yeah, because like that little white windbreaker they have with it like on the back, like with it, the
Yeah.
black and white on the logo looks really dope. I think
No,
I think
I ordered. Sorry,
I got
continue.
the
no,
gold.
I was just gonna say I think like the OG logo like with the green and all that on it, it just throws me off. I don't really like that one,
Yeah.
but
What do you
when
guys
they
think about
vector it, it
Car
looks dope.
Ultra?
I think it's.
Squirrel?
I think that's
The
one of the
squirrel?
worst.
The Ultra?
I think
No,
the
they're-
name is dope.
The name itself is great.
name
I
is
just want
dope.
The squirrel.
Their marketing scheme with that, like something as fuck on the
Ultra as
T-shirt. I
fuck.
thought,
Yo,
yeah,
that
that's
was
the dumbest thing
outlandish.
ever. That is the
Oh my
dumbest
God.
thing.
Yeah,
ever.
that
Like,
that
I
wasn't really a
recently
smart
tried to-
PR move because like
was
I
so
started watching
stupid.
like anime recently, and I was like, you know what? Probably the best idea that they could come up with is like putting like
plus ultra, that'd be
Yeah,
dope.
and
Yeah.
I thought that'd have been like the best thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I were to like talk to them about their advertising, I'd be like, yo, do plus ultra. It's like double meaning without
Or
ultra.
like literally anything but
Yeah, but
ultra
like
as
putting
fuck.
ultra as fuck on a sweater. Who's gonna wear that out in public?
Nobody's gonna wear that out. It also stops people from coming into the
Yeah.
Yeah.
team who are under like 18
not
and they're paying
endemic
to see what they're
to-
doing, and they're like, no, you're
Yeah,
not gonna
exactly.
wear ultra.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Imagine parents seeing their kid wear that. Shit. Like,
Exactly,
no,
yeah.
it's not happening.
So,
It's-
which
What
team
are,
do
what
you
are
guys?
you into?
Which team do you guys think has like the worst brand? You're like you just have no care for it all right now. Because me, it's
Gorillas.
Paris.
Gorillas.
Paris.
I'd
Paris.
say
Paris.
I like Paris more than Gorillas. Gorillas is just an outline of a hoodie.
I'd say it's Toronto or Gorillas.
Like so
Mhm.
for me the issue I really have with Gorillas is twofold. First is that like the logo looks like Spider-Gwen from Into the Spider-Verse. Like, almost
Yikes.
That's
exactly.
true. That
Yeah,
is
it
so
does,
true.
yeah, it
The
does.
second thing is like the font they use for their logo. I don't know if you guys know this, but when they first announced, I was in a call with like Shift and Marco, and like I knew I had seen the font before. I found the exact font.
Photoshop.
40 exact, no, it's not a Photoshop font. So the
Was
the
it the
font they
midnight
use,
font?
no. So have you guys ever seen those like commercials where it's like you went download a car, like those
Yeah.
ones? It's
Mhm.
that font. It's the font they use in like those like promo videos. for
Oh.
players like that.
Wait, I have a quick
Yeah.
question. Is the Paris Legion logo the Saints logo?
Yeah, it's the Saints
Yeah.
logo, but like
Mhm.
orange.
Yeah. It's.
Well, technically, it's their logo because it's French. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't like. They haven't made me care for that team like at all. And like
yeah.
I like the. I don't think the
Gorillas,
logo's bad. I don't
like,
think the name's bad. They just haven't made me care for their team.
I
Which
just
one
I
surprised
couldn't
you?
even name their full roster.
Exactly,
They just don't
yeah.
advertise it well.
Which
Mhm.
one of the like teams surprised you that you like turned out to like?
Florida.
Like,
Florida.
players? Or, like,
Florida. I was gonna say
Florida. Yeah, when I heard the
Florida.
Mutineers thing, I was like, but I saw the logo. I was like, okay, that's actually
And
really
also
dope.
subliners. I'll give subliners like
No,
they definitely.
wait, no, Minnesota, 100%. I was like, what the fuck
Wait,
is
really?
that? Yeah, I was like, fuck is
Oh,
a
the
rocker?
rocker?
Dog? Yeah, I was like, rocker. I was like, what is this? And then the
Wait, is
the
it
logo
rocker?
came out.
Is it rocker
Do
or
you guys,
rocker?
Rocker.
do you
It's
guys know what
rocker.
rocker actually means though?
Mm-mm.
It's like a god, isn't it?
No,
Like,
so
one of the Norse
rocker
gods.
is like Norse for Twilight of the Gods or like the end
Oh.
of the gods essentially. So
That's
it's like
kinda-
it's I like it a lot because it kind of harkens back to like the Minnesota Vikings because they're owned by the same like ownership group.
Mhm.
Okay,
as
that makes
well as-
sense then.
And then
Okay.
you know, like the end of the gods, more like the end of all the other teams essentially.
Yeah,
It's
the
like,
end of Optic, the end of yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool. I can live with that.
That's what it is, which I think is dope.
So,
I think it's good
do
marketing.
any of y'all plan on going to like any of the home stands and like actually watch
I'm
some of the
buying
games?
tickets right now.
I'll be
Uh,
at
But
I'll be
I'm
at
gonna sh-
Chicago. If you
I
guys want
have,
to link up at an
I have an
Airbnb,
insider
I'm-
in the
I'm-
system
I'm
who's gonna
getting,
give me.
Does anybody want an extra Minnesota ticket? By the way,
My new teammate said he can get us free at phase tickets because he's best friends with a BZ.
Mm. I think I'm
Hey,
gonna
Serge,
go.
if you wanna do an Airbnb on like Michigan Avenue, bro, and have a good weekend.
Yeah, I
I'm
might.
going-
I might be down to go to
going
Chicago and
I'm going to the
Actually, I
Huntsman
might do
game
a
for my
Chicago.
birthday.
Yeah.
I'd like to do a Huntsman.
I'd be
I'm
down
going
for
to
a
the Huntsman one
Huntsman.
on April 8th.
If you guys could do
I know-
something.
I think I'm really excited for Huntsman events because I trust Hex a lot with
Adam
it's,
Abasel is doing them.
like
That's
making
true.
making
Yeah.
good like spectator experiences, and I think Hex's biggest thing right now. I think he said in an interview or something. He's like really trying to focus on making the spectator experience really good. So I'm
Have
excited
you
for
seen
that.
the prices for the tickets?
Uh-uh.
Yeah,
They're
it's kind
not bad. They're not that bad. The
$80,
Huntsman tickets
right,
aren't
for
bad.
regular?
That's
Yeah,
not
have you
bad.
guys seen,
That's
like-
not bad.
No,
No.
I don't know.
75 for the premium ticket.
Okay.
Really?
So
It's like
Is it-
$40 for a regular ticket.
Oh
Serge,
wow.
do you know if it's gonna be at Wintrust Arena?
I'm pretty
is.
sure it is.
It
Yeah, yeah.
It is. Yeah,
Mhm.
I
okay.
just looked
That's
at it. It's at
that's a
Wintrust.
good place. That's
Yeah, it's really good.
I don't know. Like the one thing I think about is like I try to look at CS events that have been held, and it's just like, man, how do you create that environment?
Yeah.
For
I don't think they have
The
to.
only thing
I think
throws
that's
me
what
off
they
for events
shouldn't
is
do.
how
They
many
should.
Matches.
Pardon?
There's like 3 matches a day.
Yeah.
It's
And
like
are
3
they
on
3-day
Friday.
homestands or is it 2-day?
It's
3
3.
day?
It's Friday, Saturday,
Yeah.
Sunday.
Okay.
Some of them are 3 and some are 2.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
And
It
like there's like
varies.
3 matches a day. There's like 3 or 4 matches a day, and that's it.
I'm
They're
worried.
gonna have to like put on other stuff to do.
I'm honestly worried about attendance for some of these events. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Oh yeah. That's,
No, like I think the Paris event's gonna fucking like.
no, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Nah,
Overseas,
all- I
overseas,
think they're gonna have
all
the
European
best.
events are gonna be popping.
yes, overseas events are gonna be popping, dog, 100%.
Oh,
And
the
I think,
alcohol.
and
They'll
I
be
think
serving alcohol. They'll be serving. It'll be a full-on experience.
the best ones
Maybe like
though,
the Minnesota event.
Canadian fans are so loyal to every like team they have. The ultra events are gonna be so much fun, dog. Like, oh my god, they're gonna be so much fun. I wish I
Like,
can go to one.
during the even like the introduction event where we had Nav perform.
Yeah.
It was like actually like a surprising amount of people came. Like,
Yeah,
the arena was actually like, well, it's a club, but it's a pretty big club.
I think it'll be dope. I'm excited. When the matches? When's the first like homestand or whatever?
January.
January
18th?
24th.
The 24th. So we still got a little bit, but I think it's gonna be pretty dope. I'm excited. I think the change is gonna be exciting to watch. But I am a little. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little scared. But I think it's gonna be exciting to watch.
I think the first match is Huntsman Optic.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
It's in the first. The one thing I'm worried about as like somebody who's super familiar with like the upper Midwest, like like the Dakotas, Minnesota, like
The weather.
like because the first event is Minnesota, like I think the first event will be
In
fine
January?
because it's like the first. Like I think it'll be fine because it's the first event, right? It's the second event that like I'm more so worried about because like there won't be like the hype around it being the launch weekend and like this area
Yeah.
doesn't really have like a lot of esports representation. There isn't a lot of people like I don't know. I'm curious to see how the second like Minnesota event goes. Like,
Yeah.
Sergio, you're talking about how like you're worried about some of the like attendance.
Mhm.
My
I'm
only
worried about
problem
the
with
second Minnesota one.
my
Yeah.
only problem with the Toronto event is that Dallas isn't coming at all, which is like
Like
definitely
any
one
of your
the biggest-
homestands?
Yep, none of our homestands.
Wow.
Dallas will not be attending.
That's one of the things I think is really unfortunate is that like not all the teams are going to be going to all the places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to like check the schedules to see who's gonna be there.
So I'm like
'Cause,
super
like,
disappointed
It-
because
ima-
I'd love to
ima-
see.
Imagine
the first Chicago one's
imagine-
really good.
Imagine like you're a big Crimsix fan and like you live in Toronto and like the only ones you can really go to are Toronto. You're not gonna get to see him because he's not going there, right?
Right. Yeah.
Like
I didn't think about that. That sucks.
I think it's like the first Huntsman one's like Huntsman, Optic, Dallas,
It's like a
Uh,
bunch of good teams.
and then like I think Seattle's there. So it's like basically like some of the top 4. I don't think Atlanta's there though.
Wait, I didn't even think about this. So Ricky, you're from Seattle, so are you supporting Seattle like 100 P?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, bro.
Mhm.
But you know they got 4 role players, so I'm not sure that's.
Are you gonna go to the homestands?
I'm probably not gonna be able to go to the first one because I'm
Mhm.
planning a trip with the boys.
Yeah.
But I already bought tickets, so I'm probably gonna give them bitches away.
Oh Lord. Hey, you can give them away on stream
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
if you actually stream.
Alright, bro, fuck off.
All right, but switching gears a little bit. So when we first started the podcast, we had a segment called Music Roundup where we all went around and basically talked about what we've been listening to lately.
Here we go.
So I guess we can start with J Pro. What have you been listening to lately?
So one of the things that's really nice this time around as a Spotify listener is that
Yes, sir.
Spotify does they're like unwrapped every
Oh
year.
yeah, we can go.
Oh yeah, we go through those. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't want to
I-
go through mine on right. Please don't make me go through mine.
Bro, I got all my.
I gotta-
Please don't
I
make
gotta
me
put
go through
I gotta
mine.
put a disclaimer, bro. I share my account with my girl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I share my account with my
You can do it.
sister, and also I
Just what you know, you've
I
been
just-
listening to.
what?
You been
Just what
listening
you
to
know
sad
you've
boy
been
music.
listening to, like,
No,
yeah,
it's
you
not
listen
sad.
to, like some orchestral
It-
shit.
It's gotta
that's
be Hans
fine.
Zimmer.
When I
Hans
study,
Zimmer
well,
and
here's the thing: when I study, I don't listen to music with
Right, lyrics in
like,
it.
orchestral music. So
Mhm.
my top playlist was
Mhm.
I mean my top artist was Ramen Djawadi.
Oh, well, see, that's understandable. Like for college students, it's understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess looking at like my Unwrapped was actually like a lot different than it has been in previous years because most every year like my top song is probably a Drake song, but this year Drake doesn't show up until like
7.
until top 20, and that's
Good,
Wow,
because
John takes
I don't
it
fuck with
down.
Drake.
What?
Yeah. So my top song of the year, it didn't even come out this year, but like I vibed a lot with this album this year. Was Stargazing by Travis Scott.
Solid
Thanks,
album.
Serge, for putting me on.
Yeah, about
I'll
time.
leave it there. And then, so for my the top 5 artists for 2019, it goes Travis Scott, and then it goes
Let's go through our top 5 artists.
and then
Yeah, I
and
can
it's
go with that.
well, this is like from my unwrapped playlist, like just for their songs. Like
Oh,
Stargazing
the
by
rap?
Travis Scott, Somebody by Internet Money and Lil Tecca, I Miss the Old You by Black Bear, Middle Child by J. Cole, and Goodbyes by Post Malone and Young Thug. That's like the 5 songs I listened to most in 2019.
Are we going through songs, or I thought we were going through artists?
You can quickly go
we'll
through, bro.
through both.
Yeah, you go through, bro.
Yeah, we'll get to the artists, but like my top artist of 2019 was Drake. I've listened to apparently for 60 hours, which is
Good
kind of wild.
lord,
But
dude.
like
Yeah.
my second most listened to artist was NF. Sergio's probably like
Of course, bro. I hate this fucking.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
So
God
Drake,
damn.
NF, Travis Scott, Frank Ocean, and then Post Malone. Those are the
Frank
5 artists I
Ocean?
listened to.
Wait, how are you getting your artists? I'm only seeing my top playlist.
It shows me on my Spotify Unwrapped. But like 2019 was like a really weird year in terms of music for me, because like I had all of y'all like telling me like different music I need to listen to. So I found a lot of like new things I liked instead of just like my generic like Eminem, Drake, like Kendrick Lamar playlist. Like I listened to a lot of Lil Uzi this year. I listened to a lot of Mosey. Shout out to me for that one.
Go. Wait, whoa! You want whoa! Hold it! I put Toonie onto that.
All right,
We about to start showing my respect, but no, I wanted you to go ahead and admit that fucking Playboy Cardi is not that bad.
It's not that bad.
Okay,
I was
yeah.
about to talk about it, and then the other artist you put me on this year, YBN Cordae.
Oh yeah.
Album of the year in my opinion.
Yeah.
Man, bro.
I can see Cordae is the first rapper that I really like that I can see why people wouldn't, because he has a little bit of that corny factor. I'm not gonna lie, he can be corny at times, but I think
I
like
give him like 100% like listen through though. So
yeah.
I guess I can do one.
like my 2019 was like very diverse in terms of like who I was listening to, and honestly I'm okay with that because like, there's a lot of new artists that like I'm looking for their music now. And a lot of like songs that have been out for a long time that I didn't realize like how good they actually were until I listened to them.
How about you, Nick?
Yeah.
all right, top 5 songs, top 5 artists.
Yeah, that's good like that.
All right, yeah, let's do that.
Top 5 songs, top 5 artists.
Yeah.
Well, mine is like mixed up because my girlfriend and I both use the Spotify.
Whatever you listen to.
But I know what I just
Logic.
No, I don't think Logic's my number 1.
Harlow, Jack Harlow.
I think Harlow is. Serge put me on Jack Harlow in the summer.
Yeah.
And I've just been gone through all of his albums over the last
Oh shit.
half a year. I've gone through and listened to all his albums.
Yeah, he's dope.
Logic's like number 2, I think, just because I had to listen to that album for the concert.
God, I hated his new album. I'm sorry.
But other than that, that's like the only thing I listen to is like them two or podcasts. So just Harlow and Logic, and then top 5. Do I need to do top 5 songs? I can just list what songs I listen to.
Go for it.
What do you think?
I think number 1 is Got Me Thinking. Number 2 is probably Sylvia. Then fuck, I don't even know. Just like
you don't have a list?
It's not my list because it's all jumbled with my girlfriend. I can let me look at the list and tell you if I know any of them are mine. Top songs. Where is it? Oh, it's all Supermarket. So.
Oh hell, never mind. Casey, go.
Okay.
That wasn't a bad album. It just wasn't a hip hop album.
I'll premise this by saying that my sister uses my account, but I do listen to their music.
Mm-hmm.
But My number one artist is
BTS.
BTS.
Oh my god. Oh
Hey,
my
bro, do
God.
not disrespect them.
No, bro. No disrespect.
My second artist is Queen.
I can't, bro.
My
just
second
can't.
artist is Queen. He's done too.
I've lost full,
Wait,
dog.
the second
Get
artist is
get that
Queen.
shit out of here,
Wait,
dog.
do not disrespect Queen.
Oh my.
My third is Hans Zimmer.
I ain't gonna lie.
Whoa. Okay, hold on. I actually fuck with Hans Zimmer, dog. Like his movie scores are so
Oh
good.
my
Oh my
God.
god.
Alright.
It's whenever I need to like relax.
Try,
Yeah.
And then,
try telling me Interstellar isn't one of the best movies of all time.
so
I haven't
fucking
seen
good.
it. I've never seen Interstellar.
We're watching it tonight, Serge.
Wait,
Uh,
first we're playing golf.
I've been listening. I've been.
Hold on. First we're playing golf.
This man in
We're
golf.
watching-
This
we're
man in
watching
golf.
Star Wars.
Uh,
What's
uh,
with
then
you?
I-
Star
I've-
Wars.
Lil TJ with and then
Yes,
Polo
sir.
G.
Mhm.
Polo G. I've also been listening to a lot of what's it called Lil Tecca. I really like this.
Yeah, I like Lil
songs.
Tecca.
Tekka is great.
Mhm.
And then I also had Eminem because of Kamikaze.
Of
Mm.
course.
How about you, Ricky?
Yeah.
All right, so top 5 artists. Juice WRLD. Sad, but
Tough. R.I.P. Juice WRLD. I guess I should have started with that.
Yeah, cut it from the beginning.
Second is Lil Uzi, right? Always
Mhm.
Lil Uzi.
Yeah.
BTS.
Yes, let's go. Wait, you have not even given their music a shot.
Yes, I
have.
What have you listened to?
It's like listening to Big Time Rush, but not in English.
Yes. That slaps.
Hey, Casey, bro, I put Sergio through hell, bro. Me and Justin were vibing.
Yes, dog.
I remember
Wait.
texting Serge that night, bro, and I literally just said I lost respect for
Yeah,
Justin.
it was bad, dog. Really bad.
All right, fourth, Chance the Rapper, because he put 10 Day and Acid Rap.
Nah,
on
Chance the
iTunes.
Rapper's new music is just so bad, bro.
Yeah,
Nah,
I didn't
it's not
listen to
bad,
it.
but it's not. I'm not a fan of it. But
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of like the acid rapping.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then fifth is J Cole.
Okay.
Oh,
Jack,
I forgot-
Jack,
I
you
had
gonna go?
Jay-Z.
Yeah, no, I'll go. So,
I gotta go through my song,
nah, I'm
bitch.
more important, bitch.
Oh wait, my bad. All right, go ahead, Ricky.
Continue.
All right, bro. Number 1 song was "Drip Too Hard."
Okay.
Number 2, bro, I gotta give mad props to Serge for putting me on, bro. Project Dreams.
Yes, dog. Roddy Rich.
Bro, that was like my song of the year, bro.
Yeah.
Number 3, Close Friends. Middle Child, and then Notice by Lil Mosey.
Okay. Jack.
It's my turn. Yeah, sorry, my turn. All right. So start off. I think I have to do it in 2 separate categories. I'll do orchestral
Mhm.
and my regular.
Yes, I'm excited. Put it on,
for
Jack.
my orchestral, bro, I'll give you my top 4. That's Ramin Djawadi, John Williams,
Yep.
Hans Zimmer, and this dude's name is a German name that I can't pronounce, but he scored The First Man. That was the astronaut movie with Ryan
Neil
Gosling.
Armstrong.
Right,
Oh
I'm literally about to go search him up.
Nah,
Mhm.
but
Respect.
that was so fire. Anyways, but
That
my
movie was
normal
good.
music, I listen to different music than you guys know probably.
Yeah.
I like the baby a lot.
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm probably gonna. I like Jaden Smith, bro. His
Okay.
I like Jaden. Yeah, I like
I
Jaden.
like him a lot, bro.
Icon slaps.
And then aside from like rap, I listen to. I don't know if you guys heard of Cucko.
Mm-mm.
No.
Him, Surfaces, and I've been on to Declan McKenna a lot. He's good.
What genre is that?
Look, yeah.
That's like alternative
Okay.
and in some indie.
Mhm.
And then-
that group who made Sunday Best, because like I've had that on my playlist.
That's
forever.
Surfaces. Yeah.
I've loved that shit. Oh my god, so good.
Yeah, they're good. But then my top songs probably Bossa No Say. That's a Cucko song, and then Sunday Best is a Surfaces song, and then I really like Tupac from The Baby.
Oh yeah, that's really good song.
And what else? Oh, Puzzle Pieces by Same Hotel. That's also a top song of mine. But they didn't make like my top 5 artists.
I've also been listening to like The Weeknd a lot lately with his new.
Oh,
tune.
bro.
Yeah, the weekend is
Lights
killing it
on
right
Harley.
now. Yeah, Heartless is so hard. Yeah.
Oh, also like an honorary shout out was Childish Gambino, of course.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Of course, bro.
Wait, I played Need for Speed recently, and like I found this. His name is Gloria Groove. It's a Portuguese drag queen who makes like EDM music mixed
That
with
is
like
the most
Spanish.
random combo I've ever heard in my entire
Oh,
life.
Bro, I'm
it
gonna,
is
I'm gonna
the-
just chalk
listen,
you up because
like,
you first said BTS
wait.
and now you said this, man. I can't.
I haven't even given it like
I
type it in and
can't.
listen to the song. Like it is so good, and like I gotta give him a shout out. I assume he wants to identify as him.
Remind me to listen to it, and I'll give it
Hey,
a
you just
chance.
assume his gender.
He said it if he
How
wants to
dare
be.
you.
I
In
said
2019,
He said if he wants to
just
be
said I
referred to.
I
assume.
mean, it's almost
and
2020.
No, he
can't do
said I
that.
assume he
You
wants
got
to be.
17.
Yeah.
Okay, well yeah, you did say
Yeah.
that. Sorry, but can't defend you anymore.
Yeah,
So
I'll link you the song. I really like it though.
for me,
Go ahead,
mine
Serge.
top artist. So number one, of course, is Travis Scott. Love Travis Scott to death. Number two actually surprised me. It was Lil Skies. I don't think I listened to a lot of Lil Skies this year, but apparently I did. Number three is actually Jack Harlow. I've been fucking with Jack Harlow a lot.
I know Logic in there somewhere.
Yeah, Logic. I don't know how. I promise to God himself, I have not listened to Logic this year, dog.
My man Nick been on your account, huh?
Yes, I guess so. Dog. I have no clue, dog. No clue. Then I have
I've been
Meek Mill.
influencing.
And then next, actually, after Meek, is actually Lil TJ. I've been fucking with Lil TJ a lot.
Bro, Lil TJ fucking slaps, bro.
Yeah, Lil TJ, he can't. He's not missing right now. It's
Well, that new shit he
ridiculous.
got last night,
Yes. Oh my god, dude. But so then going into my top songs, I have Every Season by Roddy Ricch. I don't know how Roddy Ricch wasn't in my top artist, but Roddy Ricch is definitely my favorite new artist this year. Pop Out by Lil TJ and Polo G, of course. I fucking love that. Might be my favorite song of the entire year. Sylvia by Jack Harlow is really good. Yosemite,
so good.
Yosemite by Travis Scott is in my top songs, and then. And then my last one's actually Lost Files by Polo G. So, of course, a rap heavy.
Bobby
year,
ain't
but
on there.
hell no.
It literally sounds like the Portuguese version of K-pop, bro.
But
Whoa, don't disrespect that shit.
but while we're talking about rap, or Spotify Wrapped, that is like I just want to give a quick shout out to like the people that have listened to the podcast before now. I literally had no clue. We literally have like 150 like unique listeners that listen to the podcast. So like, dude, like, thank you guys so much. I know like I'm not consistent or we're not consistent as we need to be, but the fact that you guys still.
Alright, well, don't rope us into this. This is on you, man.
Dude.
I be trying to start the podcast.
No, it's definitely collective. It's collective. It's
Like, you can't, I mean, nobody
It's
wants
hard to
listen
get
Sergio
6
talk
people.
about
yeah, it's hard to get 6 college students
Yeah.
in like just with our schedules
During
and
the
stuff.
semester,
So
exactly. with the
yeah,
semester.
but
We
the
should do
fact that you
short
guys.
one-on-ones.
Wait, no, that's just an interview.
We win our ones, bro. We win our
Oh, we
ones.
call it. We win our ones.
That's actually a fire idea.
You gotta edit this
Hey,
out.
I
'Cause this is a
coined it.
genius idea.
Hey,
I coined
wait,
it. I get 5%.
Retirement
at least.
home. I think retirement home.
The
me
retirement
too.
home's coming soon.
As soon as Jack retires and Nick.
Yeah.
But the fact
Not
that you guys,
retiring, I'll play with
I
her.
don't care about Nick.
the fact you guys still listen, despite that, is actually crazy. So thank you so much for listening, and the people that watch on YouTube as well. So for the final segment, you know, we always do a Q&A, but we condensed it to where we picked the best 3 questions. So I already have the questions right here. The first one comes from Airarchy or at Airarchy. He says, what artists or projects are you looking forward to in 2020? Do you think a lot of artists are going to step it up and try to make big moves because it's the next decade? What artists or projects are you looking forward to in 2020? And do you think a lot of artists are going to step it up and try to make big moves because it's a new decade?
Can I start? Because
Yeah.
I know the 2 answers.
Mhm.
So, the projects I'm looking forward to in 2020. Drake recently was brought up by DaBaby, I believe, and he
Mhm.
like after he left, he's like, "I'm gonna go finish this album."
Right.
So like, I think that Drake's in like a really interesting position. Scorpion wasn't like as well received as like most people, as we would have thought anyway.
Right.
I think Drake like is at a point where he like almost has to prove himself again, and like that's something. I don't like that. This is kind of what happens when you like, you know, back somebody in a corner, right? They have to like try to prove themselves. And I think Drake's got a little bit to prove. And then the other project that I'm like really looking forward to is a new Kendrick Lamar album. Traditionally, he does it like every 2 years.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
imagine a new Kendrick
Yes.
album.
But we didn't get a new Kendrick album here in 2019. I mean, we got the Black Panther album
Yeah.
like last year.
That
Like,
was so good.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna,
it
the
was
Black
really
Panther
good.
album is like the best like soundtrack made for a movie of all time, without debate. Not like the theatrical score. but,
Okay.
like,
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
okay,
you.
yeah.
Okay.
I was about to say.
Okay,
I was like, wait.
like,
You heard the Star Wars theme
like,
song?
Like I'm talking about like music based on a movie.
Yeah,
not,
yeah,
like,
100%.
I mean,
Alright,
I'd argue.
yeah.
Have you guys seen Baby Driver, bro?
Baby
Oh,
Driver
that-
had a really good
that-
soundtrack.
that-
It had a really good
that was-
soundtrack, but I
yeah,
think
that
Black
was
Panther
good.
tops it though.
Yeah.
I just don't think they played enough of the actual music in the movie.
Yeah.
I can see that too. Yeah, I can see that.
The artist who I think is gonna solidify themselves in the next decade is probably gonna be somebody who isn't even on our radar yet. Like, cause like
Could
think
be.
about all the big names that popped out like in this past decade.
Came out last year.
The
Like-
baby,
like-
the
The
baby,
Baby,
literally,
yeah.
he
Like-
killed
like-
it this year.
Bro,
Yeah.
him bringing in the Jabberwockies for his music video.
Yes,
that
dog, that was dope. That was so
hard.
dope.
Have you guys seen his Hot Ones interview?
Yeah, I actually have. Yeah.
Yeah, that
He's
was-
actually really funny. Like I
He's a
enjoy
smart
watching
guy,
his
too. You
interviews.
can tell that like when he makes his music videos, like it's a full on thought process. that he
Right,
goes through.
yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, like
I got
I
some
thi-
outlandish shit.
like from like 2010 to like 2019. Like I think, at least in my opinion, there's like a pretty clear consensus who like the artist of that decade was. But like for this, like the next 10 years, like it could be the same person as it was this last decade. It could be somebody who's already popular, or it could be somebody entirely new. And I think it's like almost too early to make a call.
I agree because
Bro,
I
I'm
feel
telling
like Drake, Cole, and Kendrick are reaching like the end phase where like they're old now, and so like there's gonna be like some people say it's Chance, but Chance, I think Chance is almost he's almost reaching that point where like people are gonna not want to listen to him at all anymore. So I don't know if anybody's gonna step up and like
He's
actually
got to
take
get
that
back
torch.
in his sad boy hours and
Yeah,
drugs to get good again.
Right, his next album has to be good. I think Chance the Rapper is like is the rapper with the most pressure on him right now. His next album has to be good.
Agreed.
I
'Cause
know. Yeah, go ahead.
there's only so many rappers out there whose like fans are like diehard enough that like if they release like 3
Right.
mediocre albums in a row
Mhm.
to listen. Like I'm not gonna say like Drake's last 3 albums were like mediocre, but like more.
I
Like
am.
Views,
No.
I will say
I'm
I'm not a fan of Drake at all.
Don't disrespect
Not
Summer
disrespect.
Dude
16.
is a straight pedophile. Like, I
Oh God! Oh,
Bro, he is. Changed
Oh,
my
God.
mind. He is. He's gone after an 18-year and he's
Hey, and
he
Millie
flirts
Bobby
with
Brown.
that girl. Yeah, he flirts with that girl from Stranger Things. What the fuck is that, dude? An actual weirdo.
Wait, do you think rap's gonna be the same it is like right now? Like the
No.
I mean,
trap
obviously
beat?
not.
No, because look at where it
What
was
do you
10
think the
years
next-
ago.
What do you
Like
think the next beat's gonna be? Like,
We
that's the
can't-
thing, you don't know.
how
Like
are
it,
we-
bro. If you would have told me
what
that,
do you think?
no, but
years ago was like Love the Way You Lie. or
right,
whatever.
like if you would have told me that like Lil Uzi Vert was gonna be like one of my favorite rappers right now, dog, I literally would have smacked this side the head. A dude named Lil Uzi Vert's dog, like there's no,
Oh.
but like he rocks it, and
I
like
gotta
there's
take
gonna
this.
be
I'll be right back. Sorry.
Bro, I love Lil Uzi.
there's gonna be rappers that like that blow up and they're gonna come out with like there's no way to tell in 10 years from now. Like it might be to the point where when we're older we're gonna listen to like the stuff that our kids listen to. I really hope I don't reach that point, by the way. Like, that's my biggest fear is like where I'm like
Wait.
turn it
fuck
off.
kids.
Yeah, turn it off. Yeah, turn that shit off. Like I hope I don't reach that point.
If you catch me with a if you catch me with a kid before I'm like 33, bro, just shoot me in my head.
The last thing I'll say on this is like the one thing I think that's really interesting about rap is that unlike a lot of other genres where it's like the genre is this way and it stays this way and it like
Yeah.
never really changes, like
Mhm.
rap changes so much because there's so many like different parts of it, like
Mhm.
Right.
beats sound different, like flows sound different, and then like
Subject matter.
like,
I don't
subject-
know,
and
man.
there's
Ricky
like the
just
whole there's the
glowed.
whole like the classical rap, and then there's like mumble rappers and
Mhm.
whatnot. Like rap as a genre has changed more just within its when it's in itself than like I think any other genre of music has
Yeah.
in the past. Like
Hey
50
man,
years.
Lil Nas change up country look real quick, all right?
Lil Nas X.
They literally try to kick him out of country. Like, yeah, that's not a country, so I'll take that down. Oh man.
I don't know. I'm excited for the next Weekend album.
Oh yeah,
I'm
100%.
excited for that, bro. Bro,
And,
I'm super excited for Eternal Take if we ever.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna
We'll
say
get
that.
it. We'll get it.
I mean, wait, the
Oh.
single just dropped yesterday. The Futsal
Is it?
Shuffle song. Yeah, the Futsal Shuffle.
that shit.
Yes, it came
was
out.
good.
It was
Alright.
really good. I was surprised. It was really good.
I'm also excited for. I hope Kane drops something. That'd be something nice.
Do I need to go or Jack
I
got on
don't.
still?
What?
You go ahead,
No,
Nick.
Jack.
I don't have anything to say.
I was gonna say, I want to find new artists next year.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
I'll put you on
Yeah.
something.
Hey,
No, I want Logic to take 2
hey,
years off.
BTS needs
I
some
agree.
friends.
But he's gonna
I
drop.
gotta
He's
mute
gonna
Casey.
drop the
Can we
Under
mute
Pressure
Casey?
sequel next year. I know he's gonna do it. I don't want him to drop it, but he's
Love you,
going
Jack.
to.
Shut
But
up.
I want Logic to take like 2 years off and then drop something. And I don't think Jack will come out with anything for 2 years. So I want to find like new artists to like really
Yeah.
dive into.
How about you?
Alright,
Ricky?
what's-
Was that your only one,
Alright.
Ricky?
No, I said I'm ready for Eternal Take. That's the only thing I had on that. But bro, I think someone who's gonna pop off, bro. I hope Lil Dicky pops off, bro.
He's been around too long to not have popped off by now,
I
dog.
know,
It's
bro,
too
but
late.
Lil Dicky's fucking hilarious.
But
bro.
that's the thing with meme rappers. Like they have a lifespan, right? And like once that
yeah,
lifespan
like,
is
yeah,
up,
like Young Gravy's on that.
right? They're just like on the clock, and like if you don't make something of it really quick, like you're done for.
100%,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
think Young Gravy took over Lil Dicky's spot. In that
I agree.
category.
I agree. And Young Gravy's music isn't like I actually fuck
Yeah,
with some
no,
of his
it's
music.
good.
Yeah.
It's good for what it is.
But I'm really looking. I think the artist I'm looking forward to the most, honestly, is Kendrick. I'm really excited for Kendrick's new album, just because he's been so silent. And usually when Kendrick goes silent, he's been like really working hard. Of course, I'm still waiting on. Cardi and Uzi are literally like synonymous with each other at this point because they say like, "Oh, this is dropping soon," and it like a year later you're still waiting on it. It's like I want a whole lot of Red by Playboi Carti to finally drop. And then the artist I'm really looking to like pop off. And I guess the artist I'm waiting to see evolve is the Baby, because like we've seen shades of the Baby like rap about serious stuff, like with Intro in his last album he was rapping about his dad and whatnot. And then with Under the Sun with J. Cole and Lute, he really popped off on that and had some like really good subject matter. So I'm interested to see like if his subject matter is like the same like with Bop and like 21 and like all those songs that he has, or if he like evolves at the end of the decade and decides to like, okay, it's time for me to get like more serious with my subject matter and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what the baby does. So his next question is, what games are you looking forward to next year or the rest of 2019?
Oh, I can tell you my off the top of my head.
Okay.
Cyberpunk 20.
Yes, brother.
That's like so. I don't know. If
What are
any-
you
I don't know
doing,
if- I don't know
Casey?
if any of y'all ever played like the Witcher games, but
Yeah.
like, those
Yes.
have some of the best storytelling of any game.
Doesn't,
I've played. And Cyberpunk is like
oh.
more up my alley because it's like
Futuristic and
Oh, I'm so excited for that.
high-tech type-
And
type feeling.
Keanu Reeves.
yes,
And Keanu Reeves.
yes.
You can never get over Keanu
Oh,
Reeves.
and well, this hasn't like been formally announced. It was like kind of leaked, and there hasn't really been a release date on it. But is like Spider-Man 2, like the PlayStation exclusive series, like
I don't think
first
that'll come
one-
out for
God,
another
I hope
year or
it
two.
comes.
Yeah, I know.
It like just came out.
That game was
they're
spectacular.
focusing on
It
Avengers
went by
next.
too fast.
And then the last game, The Last of Us 2, or Part
The Last
2.
of Us.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's the only thing I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
I need to play the number
I,
one.
I'm
so
a,
I'm
isn't
gonna play
Elder
it soon.
Scrolls come out? Elder Scrolls come out next year?
I
I
don't
Or is
think
that
so.
21.
I think
It's
it's
It might be
21.
21 because
There's
that
nothing
game's gonna
coming
be
out next year
massive.
that I know
I'm
of.
looking forward to Black Ops 5.
Oh
Ha, ha, ha.
god. Oh,
I'm
Actually, I
God.
kind of am. I am.
I'm kind of
I am.
hoping for the
I'm not-
the Avengers game.
Let's play Treyarch games, baby.
I'm
Wait,
looking
Nick, you're
forward
excited
to
for
the
that?
next
Yeah,
Call
I
of
think
Duty
the Avengers
mobile.
game has promise. I think it can be cool.
I just
Like,
hope like the
it's about
texturing's better. I don't like how it looks.
Well,
Like, I
they like changed it from the
I
like
just don't
last
like
two
how it's.
trailers.
I hope so.
I just don't like how it's not canon. Like I just don't
Yeah.
understand.
See, but the thing about that game is like,
Well, everything there's not like canon and non-canon.
No,
Marvel,
they-
just
have you
whatever.
guys seen? Have you guys seen the Batman Arkham games? Like those games are
Yeah.
gorgeous
Yeah.
games, and they're
I wish
so
Fallen
fun to
Order
play.
got more praise. Fallen Order is so.
it looks really good. Yeah, it looks
I'm
really
like
good.
playing
So
that
good.
over a break.
Didn't it win Game of the Year?
No, it wasn't.
No,
it came out 3
um,
days too late. If it came out 3 days earlier, it would have been qualified. but it
Sekiro,
didn't qualify.
Sekiro won Game of the Year last night. Sekiro,
Yeah.
yeah.
Something I can't remember.
Mhm.
Sakaro?
Yeah,
Nah.
but
It's not
I hope
sick,
they
bro.
I hope they take Fallen Order and like do more games like that. 'Cause
Yeah.
that
Dude,
game
I
you-
was
want DLC for that game, bro. That shit would slap.
Wait,
I think-
sir, do you have
yeah.
any more questions, or can I ask a question?
Well,
He has one more.
He has one more.
Okay.
oh, is that all the games that we're looking forward to?
Yeah, honestly, I
nothing-
don't know
nothing's like
much.
a-
Nothing else
announced.
announced.
Okay.
Yeah.
The last one.
The last one comes from. I guess this person literally deleted their Twitter. I don't see. Okay, that's fine. They said, "Have you ever had moments in college where you just feel like giving up, and if so, how did you get through it?"
All
Last
the
week.
time.
Last
Oh,
week.
This accounting
Oh,
exam on Monday,
man.
bro.
Oh, man.
My advisor
Oh.
emailed me back and obliterated my life. She said, if you fail this accounting class, you're losing 9 hours of credit next semester because it's a prerequisite. You'll
Yeah.
lose your scholarship if you don't be full time, and I can't compete in the CCL.
Dang.
Earlier,
If I fail this class, I'm like kind of screwed.
I had a class earlier this semester. It was like a personal finance class. I was like, okay, you know what? This is probably a really cool course. I could learn about my personal finances and how to be more responsible with them. This class felt like a interim accounting course. I had no clue what I was doing.
Mm.
And like, you ever sit in a classroom and listen to a professor and just realize you have no clue what you're
Yeah.
doing or no clue. what
Dude,
you're
when I
doing?
took physics,
And-
oh man.
And I literally I read the textbook. I tried. I you'd look at the problems on the board and you'd be like, I physically can't do this. I'm like, in the middle of the lecture, I literally pulled out my phone and dropped the course. I was like, it was so
Yeah.
stressed. I was so mentally stressed out. It's like,
I've
no way.
I've been lucky enough to understand the majority of things that I've taken, but like earlier this semester, bro, I literally I called my girlfriend at the time, and I'm like, listen, how bad of an idea would it be if I were to drop out and open a surf shack in Hawaii? I just wanted.
I think that's a great idea.
I just wanted
Hey,
to
Jack,
leave.
I'd visit you every year.
We'd
Yeah,
come out to you, bro.
We'd come out to
Hey,
you.
hey, that'd be the boys trip every year, bro.
Oh, 100%.
So,
2020?
I guess for me, the biggest obstacle I've faced since I've been in college was when I first decided to switch from pre-pharmacy, and that it took me so long to come to terms with that decision, and because I had already put
I remember
2 years into it, dog. But I think the thing, the other part of the question that really helped me get through it was realizing and talking to other college students and realize a lot of people make this decision to switch, and at the same time a lot of college students struggle with that internal feeling of failure if they do have to switch. So I think just surrounding yourself with other college students and talking about the things that you struggle with, which this friend group has really helped me with that a lot, because we're not afraid to come in Discord and say, yo, I'm struggling with this class really, really
No, I'm
bad.
failing accounting.
Yeah. So just
I respect that about this group of friends. Is that
right.
I've opened up myself a lot more. I'm usually a really closed off person, but
All right, no,
really
yeah,
nice
you
to have.
guys definitely know more about me than most of my.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
same. Yeah, same.
I just feel comfortable.
I'm just like, Toonie, I gotta examine an hour. I need some gas.
Yeah.
Nah, I remember
No,
when
I-
Surge last year, he just came in the call, man. He's like, I can't do OChem anymore. And
Yeah,
that's when
it was, dude. Organic 2 kicked my ass, dog. It was so bad, but
Was it one course that completely flipped you and you said no more of this?
it just got to the point where I feel like I wasn't really happy. And obviously I don't want to say this to make people think that going into college you shouldn't expect to work hard. Because I work hard on my major now, but when I was pre-pharmacy, it got to the point where sophomore year I would literally go home or go back to my dorm. I would get food after my classes, and then I would go into Lamar Hall and get a classroom by myself, and I would study from 6 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. every single day, and just do nonstop work. And I didn't want my college experience to be like that anymore. But then I got into organic too, and that shit kicked my ass, and I was like, yeah, that's it, I'm done, I can't. I went to my advisor and I was like, something's got to go, something's got to change. And but yeah, like I said, for sure, just having the support system of having friends in college that are willing to talk about their issues and what they struggle with definitely helped me come to terms with that decision for sure. So I guess Casey will answer your question and we'll close.
Oh, I was just more of a for fun question, but
Mhm.
do you think beer is a drink that we tolerate, or do you
Oh,
think it's just something?
absolutely.
Or do you
Oh,
think
100%.
Let
100%.
the
I think
expert
alcohol. Wait,
weigh in.
or is it
alcohol.
a good drink?
Alcohol in
Here's the thing,
general.
Exactly. It doesn't taste good. It just wears
Yeah.
down our taste.
There you go.
Wait,
Right.
wait, you've never had like an alcohol where like this thing good.
Literally,
Can't say
the
I
only
have.
thing, the
Wait,
only thing is
never-
like, the only
I
thing is
can't
like
say that I have,
Smirnoffs, but
Casey.
Smirnoffs don't even really count. That's like the only thing.
I'm sorry, I have two.
Yeah, they don't
people
count.
in this call.
Water, bro.
Yeah.
That's sugary water.
But other than
Yeah,
that,
that's
no. There's no like hard
You've
liquor
never
or
had like a
anything.
wine. You've never had like a
I
wine.
hate
Okay,
wine. Dude,
okay,
wine
okay.
gets me. Dude, wine. Here's the thing about wine.
Big wine guy.
I no.
Oh my god, dude.
I got wine drunk once, and I will never do it again. It brings out a side of me that I just don't want to see, bro.
It makes
Like,
me sleepy. It just makes me
I
sleepy.
am a happy, confident drunk when I'm on anything
Oh
else.
god.
But when it's wine, bro, I am a sad boy. Talking about my feelings. Like, I just don't want it.
Oh man.
Bro, there was a moment in Black Ops 4, like after Jack called drunk, we were playing pubs. He said, "Why is my screen blurred?"
Yeah, I do. But I definitely think like beer is definitely like tolerable. Cause so for instance, like besides people that like drink hardcore, like they go and they need a beer to literally eat dinner. Like most of the time I see people drink beers when they're already like drinks like shots into like hard liquor and they're like, okay, hand me a beer.
Yeah, it's a sociable drink to keep you
I think
Right,
it's
yeah.
social.
where you
That's
wanna
like
be.
doing
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Yeah.
Ooh, we all love.
I actually do. I haven't had a beer since my freshman year because I went to a frat party and I had Natty Light Dog. Yeah, I was
Sorry,
like
Serge
never
cut
again.
out completely.
Oh,
Serge
I,
cut out completely.
He said he had beer freshman year and
Yeah.
doesn't want to go back. Pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah. I had because I had the one I had was a Natty Light Dog, and I was like,
Oh,
no.
well, that's-
Yeah, I was like, no. I was like, never again, never again.
I'm not gonna lie, like some craft beers, they
Yeah, I
taste
was
good.
gonna
say.
Like but the majority of like light beers, it's just carbonated water with a weird taste. And it's
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends on like.
I mean, I wouldn't know. So
Me and John are experts on the topic.
Yes, you are.
J-Pro, did you say you have a question or are we done?
nah, I had an answer. I had an answer to the
Yeah,
Well,
please. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, my bad. I didn't. Yeah.
Oh yeah, forget about that.
Shit.
Moments of like not sure what to do. Like one of the things that I think a lot of like young people like kind of struggle with. I don't depending on your background, right? And I know this is like the case for me, but maybe not everyone. Is like knowing when what you want to do is like what you actually like want to do, right? It's not like
Right.
what your parents want you to do. It's
Mhm.
not like what your community wants you to do. It's like what you really want to do, right? And like I kind of have gone through this process. You guys are familiar with like this last 3 or so months with me in this whole
Yeah.
process, if you will, right? And trying to think about like what I want and not you
Mhm.
know what everybody else wants. Like my parents are like, oh, you need to finish your college education so you can get a degree and you can get all this job and whatnot. But like at times when you're unsure of what to do, you just got to like really think about what it is that you want to do and not what anybody else says. Because at the end of the day, it's your life and it's your decisions on
I
what
agree.
you want to do.
Mhm.
And we're so conditioned into that, like, oh, our parents have to approve, our siblings have to approve, you know, the community has to approve, whatnot. But like, at the end of the day, if you're not happy with like what you're doing, it's on you to change it, no one else.
Mhm.
Right.
So you just gotta find out what you want.
I think you
and
have to
run
be
with it.
selfish sometimes. I think
Yeah.
people forget that you need to
Like-
be your own person. And realize that, like, at the end of the day,
Yeah, and when it comes to college, like your parents or your community or whatever, like they're not the people that are, staying up the late nights to study and aren't having fun or enjoying what they're studying. So it's like
Yeah.
you really do have to think of yourself.
And I tweeted this the other day. Like sometimes you got to risk it all and get out of your comfort zone to find what you're like really looking for.
I agree.
I
Mhm.
know for a long time that like I never left my comfort zone because it's comfortable here. Right?
It's hard. It's hard
Well,
to
It's,
like.
it's hard. It's hard to get out of it. But like once you do, and you find out that like you truly like something, right? Like I never would have imagined myself like getting in front of the CCL and casting a match. Like that's not something I ever thought I would like just do, right? Like I never thought, I'd be in the position I am right now. If you would have asked me like a year and a half ago before, or like 2 years ago before I even joined the CCL, if like I'd be in the position I am right now and like what I'm about to do, I would have told you you're crazy and that like you were just drunk.
Yeah.
But like the moment you get out of your comfort zone and like that's where like you grow and that's where life takes you.
I don't know. Like, I realized that, like, my parents always ask me, Casey, why do you spend so much time on your computer? And it's like, you do realize, like, a lot of the world has gone digital, right? And there's so many more opportunities that like have come around because of being in a position where you can play a video game and then navigate your way around around the scene of that game, right? So, example, us with the college Call of Duty League, we found a way to build an entire league around Call of Duty, and now we have people who are talking to Activision themselves, people talk to sponsors, and like it's now a business. It's literally been turned into a full on business.
Yeah, I mean the majority of this call is season 0 veteran.
Yikes.
I was around.
No, you,
I was in the.
you do not
I
count.
was, I was in the court. It counts.
No.
I've been in the court.
I was present.
Doesn't matter.
I would make it. Yeah, I would make a case for Ricky. I'll make a case.
Yeah,
for
that's what
Ricky,
I was saying.
man.
That's why I said majority.
Yeah.
He was
that's
there.
what it was. That's what I did. I coached.
Yeah.
He got beamed, but he was a coach.
Before the group playoff match, I said, "Bro, y'all fucking suck."
I think I became active in CCL as of the BO3 throwback.
Yeah, like the last thing I'll say is like for people that are like they're passionate about something but they like aren't sure where to start, like just gotta keep looking because there's definitely things out there. Like I found the CCL because Sergio made a Reddit post a year and a half ago.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That there's
My esports president DM'd me the link. He's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, I found this Googling."
yeah, like
He's
there's
like,
Wait,
the
a
college-
Google link?
The
I read
UTK
about
COD team used to be a GB team. We used to be a solely GB team because I wanted to play COD with people and I didn't have friends. And so he's like, the president of my club fucking messaged me. He goes, "I did a Google search and I found this thing."
That's not something you admit on my podcast, bro.
why did you have to say it like that though? No, I tried not to laugh, but the way you said that.
No, it's fine.
Because I don't have
Friends, yeah.
I didn't have friends. That's different.
Oh man.
Nah, bro. When I started this team, it was like I was in a dark spot when I started this team,
Mhm.
and so I started it to kind of get away. And he's like, "Found this league on Google. You should try and join it." And so,
Yeah, I agree with J Pro. There's always other people that are interested in what you're trying to do because I thought I was alone and wanted to like start something. Yeah, I thought I was alone and wanted to start something with like Call of Duty, with college teams involved, and like now look at it. So, yeah,
Team season 0.
that's crazy.
And they weren't even like
Hey,
teams.
Yeah,
what are
it's
we at
crazy.
right now?
Bro, it was so
There's
bad
one
that
team.
every
There was
team
one
was in
team.
playoffs.
There's
Mhm.
one team,
Hey,
and
John-
and the rest
John,
of us.
Do you have the number on hand?
Nah, I don't have that off the top of my head.
Well, I think we're gonna go ahead and close it right there. We appreciate you guys listening. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Huh?
Only ones on YouTube. We only appreciate y'all.
Shut up, idiot.
Wait,
we appreciate
Spotify
our
listeners.
yeah.
I was literally I was at my work desk listening to this.
That's
every day.
why I listen to all my podcasts on Spotify.
Bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we appreciate all you guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. The people that are on
Notification.
Spotify. Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Notifications.
Ring that
Ring that bell. All the Spotify and Apple Music people, we appreciate you too. I'm pretty sure the podcast goes up on SoundCloud now too. So we really appreciate all you guys. And I think our next episode will be coming soon. We're gonna do our Hell Not Hangout Decade Award Show, so that should be pretty fun.
Oh.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
So yeah,
I
we'll,
win loneliest.
That's news to me.
we'll see you guys.
Yeah, what's the awards for? I'm kind of scared.
Yeah,
Yeah,
can we
we'll
get,
talk.
like,
We'll
some
talk about it
superlatives?
after the show. We'll talk about it
This
after
is
the
like
show.
some Dunder Mifflin award.
Oh,
bro.
God.
The Dundies.
Can we get trophies?
We
Hell no.
The hell no, yeah.
we appreciate you guys listening. Make sure to follow everybody's Twitter handles above their webcams, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.